Hello, the internet, and welcome to our Shadows of Atlantis Achtung, Cthulhu game on Encounter Roleplay. We are here back from our short rest last week, ready to kick some more Nazis right in the tentacles. I am Sam from Modifius. I am also one half of Black Cats Gaming, and I'm joined by a lovely group of people who are here to kick some ass. Let's go around and have a little chat to them. Pruitt, how are you doing this week?
I'm doing okay there, sir. I can't wait to kick some fascist ass. That's why I'm wearing this beautiful shirt. Because, yeah, fuck fascism.
Mm-hmm.
It's a hot take from Pruitt. So, yes, I'll be, of course, playing Captain W.C. Ward. And we're going to have to see just how many tentacles we can kick in one session of Achtung Cthulhu. Let's get to it.
Let's bring it to him. Virginia is here with me straight from the office. Her internet's playing up a little bit. We hope she's doing okay.
Yeah.
How are you otherwise? You okay?
Other than the internet, everything is good, yeah. I've been looking forward to this since the last session. I just want to see Susie wreck some buildings. This is what I've been waiting for.
Susie, how about that? So there's some plan afoot.
Oh, is there? I'm so excited. I've been thinking about this all day. Can't wait to steal a digger and then smash down some Nazi faces because, as Pruitt says, fuck fascism. Let's get them.
Hot takes all night.
Hot takes. Spicy.
Yeah. Shauna, how are you doing this week? Good?
Doing good. I am excited for this plan and the destruction it will bring. I just want to see how much of this block is left standing after our arsenal is smelled.
And Callum is with us from Rollis Podcast. What are you doing to your camera, sir?
A bunch of nonsense, trying to make it work better. My internet is flaky. I am flaky. I've been sick all week, so no green screen, no makeup, just a man and his virtual dice ready to roleplay and kick some Nazi butt.
Oh, mate.
Like Werner Herzog over there.
Possibly the best intro ever. We'll do some proper shilling at the end, shall we? Let's maybe just go through the sponsors and jump right to it. Where are my hellos? There we are. Cool. So yeah, we're here to play Achtung Cthulhu 2D20 edition. We're here every Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern. That's for the next week, 9 p.m. GMT, but then 10 p.m. after that once we go over to summertime. We're here for another few weeks, and then we'll be finishing up. Today we're sponsored by Fantasy Grounds. We're using Fantasy Grounds for all of our virtual table topping, rolling our dice in our little window there you can see. Head over to fantasygrounds.com, or you can get it on Steam, where you can sign up for a free account and then GM using one of the upgrades there. whalengames.co.uk is where you can get 20% off all your 40k and your Warhammer kind of minis, as well as other discounts on other lines, including some of Modifius' own stuff. And then Tabletop Loot is our dice sponsor. If you retweet if we get 20 retweets of the retweet of the tweet that will tweet in the little chat tweet, then we'll give away some of their dice for you. So please let other people know that we are playing so that we can fill them with awesome cosmic horror too. You can get in, you can kind of donate tonight for loads of cool stuff to happen, so you can give some critical successes and some complications to our little team of intrepid investigators. Anything from that to giving a kind of weird magical mythos surge that will make something crazy happen, or we can get some cool spy gear, some spoopy monsters, even a vehicle, or for 300 quid I will drop Cthulhu on them. I keep saying that and no one's doing it, and I just, that's fine with me. I think someone should. Anyway, let's scroll back up and get right to the recap. So last time on Shadows of Atlantis, our group of newly recruited Section M agents found Nicky, an anti-fascist activist in Rome, hiding himself inside a ransacked Section D safe house, which was named Carlavaro's and was fronted as a kind of art and stationery supply shop. But it's been broken up by the OVRA, Italy's fascist secret police. After calming him down and getting him to safety, he told the group of his escape from a dreaded labyrinth underneath an excavation by the Castel San Angelo. Our investigators scouted out the dig site, seeing the blonde Nazi woman in the long overcoat from before, accompanied by a monk of some kind, speaking to the Nazi presence there outside. The dig site itself looks like a strange road construction site, except it's clear from their vantage point inside the apartments that have been designated for demolition nearby that no roadworks are taking place. Instead, the prisoners inside the compound pass buckets of dirt down a human chain, and the Nazi guards, kitted out with metal breastplates made of strange material and helmets augmented with glowing blue optics, seem more preoccupied with the entrance to the labyrinth below than patrolling the perimeter of the site itself. They've spent about a day scouting out the area. It's now nighttime again, and after a long day of surveillance, our team has a plan. Susie, I believe, involves some kind of construction equipment. You'll have to remind me about what's going on and what the plan is here, guys. It's been a long 2 weeks.
So I know there is a general plan, but hey, much like when the dog was introduced and I forgot everything else except the dog, I only focused on the digger. So y'all gonna have to fill me in on that bit of the plan. I did get a bit carried away.
Let us remind ourselves, though, briefly, in the image bit of your little game on Fantasy Grounds, you've got the dig site, I think, hopefully, still as a handout.
Dig site right here.
If you want to grab yourselves that up, then we'll be able to have a little look at that again, just reappraise ourselves of what's going on. I even put a little cross in there for us. I remember for the diesel thing. I also have a bit of we can recap a little bit of how I described it last time. So the entry to the site is that main gate and guard post on the eastern side of that really large kind of avenue-sized street kind of thing. The fencing itself, you can't see through. It's not that kind of wire link, but it's more that kind of corrugated iron type stuff. And it goes around blocking off everything but just enough to get kind of through, to get a car through on that bottom side. You're then in those boarded up buildings, I think, to the south. That's where I've always, or at least had you in my head last week, a couple weeks ago. You've then got the site office, is the small area there. You've seen in the last day or so, I reckon, some like the kind of Nazi foreman, kind of archaeologist coming in and out of that, as well as these kind of Nazi officers, the kind of guys with the weird kind of breastplates and optics and stuff. The prisoner barracks is next to that. That's where everyone goes at the end of a day. And I think I'm right in thinking that they worked pretty hard, more or less from dawn to dusk. As it's August, that gets pretty late too. And then away from that, on the other side, so we're looking more towards the northwestern side now, you've got the Catacombs Shed, which is basically this entrance to the kind of labyrinth that Nikki described to you. It's got a couple of real-fashioned kind of floodlighting directed at it, like down into it almost. And as I said before, the guards are actually a lot more preoccupied with guarding the shed there, and actually their attention seems to be towards it, so they're maybe worried about something coming out of it. There's a soil heap just next to that, in between that and the barracks. Where the cross is on the map, you've got that little diesel. There's the sound, and kind of from a kind of long surveillance, you've gathered that is where that diesel generator is whirring away day and night. And then on the other side of the soil heap, in the northeastern corner of the site, you've got the barracks there. That is where only the Nazi guards come in and out from. The actual guard post and the gate itself is patrolled, is manned by the Italian black shirts. And then you've got some arrows there around the inside perimeter of the dig site, and that shows you where there is a small guard patrol, 2 people each, walking in between from the barracks to the site office, and then from the other edge of the prisoner barracks to the soil heap. Otherwise, you've got boarded up buildings on either side, like the ones that you're in, and this site basically blocks off the street, more or less, to what you've got there. So the plan, vaguely, if I remember rightly, was to knock down some buildings and try and get them knocked conveniently onto the site somehow.
Mhm.
Yes, we were going to use the digger to either take out the guard posts, or take it like into the corner of the site, into that building, and try to take the corner down. That being to occupy the guards while we bring the car up along the south side. And somebody pops out, because we were like, hey, can we like pry that fence open? And I believe you said that we probably could.
Yeah.
And so basically, yeah, as that's going on over there, we have some people pop the bottom of the fence open and start working prisoners out and kind of through the buildings to the south. That's how I remember it. Does that sound about right for everybody?
I think that sounds about right.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And okay.
What's the overall objective here, too? Just get the prisoners out?
I think that getting the prisoners out is one of the main objectives, yes.
Mhm.
But we also need to know what the hell is in there. And so we need to take care of the guards while getting the prisoners out. And once the guards are taken care of, then I think we go into the catacombs.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because it's pretty obvious. Yeah, it's pretty obvious by now. Like, yeah, there's something down there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's what they're scared of.
Yeah,
Plus,
that generator
Agent
has to
Lucrezia
go.
is down there, right?
There's the agent's still down
Yeah,
there,
we-
yes, Sam?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she is potentially a prisoner here at the site. I believe, and even if maybe we didn't cover this last week, you will have got an ID on her. She has been moving about with the general work populace of the site. So she's been part of the human chain. She's had to go down into the catacombs a bit as well. She doesn't look in a great way, but then again, neither does anybody. They are overworked and they are malnourished. So yeah, she is still there.
Is that Monk? Because didn't a monk show up with the German officer? Are they
Yeah.
still here, or did they leave?
So no, there was a very quick visit. You guys got into position, and it was the first thing you saw was their meeting.
Right.
They had a rather kind of brisk conversation with the kind of foreman, archaeologist type Nazi officer who is overseeing this now, and there you got a sense and talk of like problems, deaths, and like serpents.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, and from our surveillance of the site, the actual Nazis are being like driven in from some other thing. So once if we take this out without them being notified, we'll at least have some time maybe to go down there and see what's down there.
Yeah, quite
Yeah.
possibly.
Yeah, because I think we wanted, like, after shift change at night, when all the prisoners go to bed, that's right after that is when we're going to hit, so we had the most time possible.
In terms of the guards, you have a group of 3 at the catacombs shed. And equally, that's one side of the kind of makeshift entranceway down. And just to the other side of that, the same entranceway, you have another 3 of these breastplated guards.
Okay, so
Two of them-
that's where those are.
2 of them also patrol separately each of the patrol routes. So on that left-hand side, from the saw heap to the prisoner barracks, you've got 2 people, and at some point they cross, and it's just before the catacomb shed. And then on that bottom right-hand side, you've also got I'm actually going to say 1 person there. That's kind of a shorter route. Excuse me. So and then you've got the Italian black shirts there on the gate guard.
Yeah.
Prisoners themselves are numbered about 20, and the guards have we did some kind of 3 shift rotation thing we figured out, I remember, didn't we?
Yeah, 6 a.m., 2 p.m., 10 p.m.
Boom. Someone wrote that
Yeah.
down. Awesome. Can't find my notes. Cool. All right.
I got a whole page on our recon.
Yeah. So how do you want to go about this? What is the plan to enact?
I think the first things first. If we don't find a bulldozer, then the main part of our
We
plan
need a
is
new
moot.
plan.
So, I think that's the first course of action is finding a bulldozer.
Okay.
And if in that time we happen to see a lone Italian guard, maybe going home, we might want to try to like take him out. At least have one uniform.
All right, Captain. Who's going on this away mission?
Oh no.
Well-
Wearing a red jumper. Oh no.
Well, you're
We've
the one
called
that
it blue somehow. I don't know what we've done this tonight, but yeah.
you're Scotty. So I think Scotty and Spock, our linguist, should go on this away mission. And I think the Price sisters maybe can, because can't you do like a? Would you be willing to do another like clairvoyance to get a little more information, or is there a way you could do that?
I mean, I have a scrying mirror, so I assume so.
Oh man.
I mean, I'm hesitant to even ask, but I want to be gone when you do it and he blushes.
No, go on. Okay. So just for meta of it, I'm a bit reticent to actually like do the full ritual again. But V, I'll let you spend a fortune point if you want to do that. But by all means, guys, roll it out and figure out if you want to do that. Definitely, for sure. You guys are in this apartment just to the like south of this. You're probably, I think we said like on the second or even third floor up for the US. That's like fourth floor. Like, so you're up there. You've had a really good vantage point down from here, but you're in this dusty old Italian apartment that is, got this really dank, musty smell, and you've been in there for the whole, I think, like a whole 24 hours now. A little bit of cabin fever is setting in, and I guess that means that people are eager to go and actually do something now that the sun is set and it's quite late in the evening. So, you guys want to take a few minutes, figure out what you want to do together yourselves, and then we'll actually get into scenes and stuff.
I don't know if a scrying ritual now will do much, because I was quite limited in what I could see before. So I wonder if that's worth doing, like maybe when we get into the catacombs and I can see what's going on. But right now, I don't think I'm gonna get below what's happening at street level. I don't have anything to use to focus the scry, so it might be worth saving that for later.
Yep, sounds good. You're the expert. Well, Elsie, feel like going and stealing a digger?
Yeah. It's just a huge smile. Let's go.
And yeah, I think it should probably be me and George and Elsie.
Cool. Okay.
And I'm gonna go ahead and affix the silencer to my pistol.
Any other little bits of gear to make me aware of immediately?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Any other bits of gear to make me aware of immediately as well before you go out on this one?
I'm wearing my grenade belt.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
I have
think
my Browning.
I do have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Are the captain and George going to find a digger and then come back? Because we're probably going to struggle getting through that fence, and if there's a bunch of armed guards, there's only one of the Price sisters that can do much without causing total panic. That is the other thing.
Well, yeah, we're gonna come back before this whole party kicks off.
Right. Okay.
Because we need to. Yeah, we need to. Let's see, who's going to be the person in the car that goes to the south and opens the fence up? Any volunteers for that?
I could do that because I'm the least good at the kind of combat we're probably going to need. Sophia's going to be a lot better up close with her gun than me.
Okay.
That's true.
I think also while everyone else is trying to find the digger, I think Sophia's gonna kind of get a good look at the northern building, just kind of giving tips up where it's weak and where it could fall. So, just kind of get a lay of that building.
That's the barracks, isn't it?
Oh no, the boarded up building. So
The
where you
actual
can hit it.
buildings. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Nice. All right. All right. So we'll come back to that, I think. Where do the three of you want to head to find this digger?
Well,
So here's the this place is set up as if there's road construction happening, right? Do they have the vehicles here, or is it all just cordoned off? Like, how
Towards the-
far are they going with this illusion?
There's no illusion around, really, but towards the northern side, up that little smaller street that you can see in the northwestern part of the map, you do start to see like actual bits of what could be either gasworks or road construction stuff that's just been left aside. It's like there are big pipes around, like cinder blocks, all that kind of, tropey, like, here are some roadworks in a movie kind of stuff, So it's been a bit cordoned off. There are kind of, wooden, whatever the Italian for stop is, kind of signs and stuff all around there. So that would be the first place to look. Towards the, you've got like to the Vatican that way, like it's towards the west. And it's not far either. The castle, the Castile next to you, is also quite looming and is well within your sight where you are at your vantage point as well.
Yeah, I guess we'll head towards the tropey construction site to look for our vehicles.
The trophy construction site. All right.
And hopefully we can find a transformer.
Yeah. Sure. I need you guys to sneak past these guards. It's not going to be very difficult because they're patrolling inside, but just making sure that kind of the whole area, from what you've been seeing over the last couple of days, last day, has been that it's been deserted. No one comes here unless they have a purpose. So. And that's as I think we covered last time. The Italian black shirt guards on the gate also have a basic kind of shift rotation, but they don't stay at the barracks. They finish up and then they just bugger off. So, but you guys sneaking up that kind of west side out of the outer fence, up towards that road. So it's only going to be difficulty 1. And then someone can lead the task, and you guys can assist if you feel like your skills and stuff benefit.
I think I will lead.
Cool.
Yeah, I feel like that's safe.
No worries. George takes point, and you guys follow on after. Did you want to assist at all, anybody?
Yeah, I'll definitely assist.
Yeah, you did that.
Elsie follows their lead, presumably. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, George. So this will be your stealth and I'd say by default agility. But if you want to kind of beg to differ on that attribute, I'm happy to take some suggestions.
Well, I thought it would be a bit more reason or insight, because I would be not limited to me sneaking around, but giving advice and instructions to the others, working out what are the angles between the buildings, what kind of things could provide covers. Like you go to there, you stop, you crouch, you wait for a minute, and then you go back. Are we fairing in terms of momentum? Do we have any left at this point?
None right now, because you guys have essentially just waited and observed for a whole 24 hours. I finished up last session without spending much threat, so I have 17 at the moment. I checked the YouTube. It doesn't lie. So I've got a fair bit at the moment, mate. But with difficulty 1, I'll take reason because I like that, like explaining where we're going to go to Elsie and to the lesser extent the captain. But like, okay, we're going to go here, we're going to wait, and then once I hear the guard coming around that corner and he's out the way, we're going to then take the next bound and step, and you kind of explain that whole bounding thing, and it's cool, awesome. All right. So 1 success gives you what you need.
So okay, I've got stealth 4, urban stealth.
Stealth will apply.
Yep, and reason 9, so that's 30.
2 successes, and then
So I roll 2d20. Yes.
God.
4 successes.
You guys
Back,
are
baby.
Yeah.
What? So, for my assist, would you allow me to do agility and tactics?
Yep.
Since kind of relaying what George is telling me and making sure we're all kind of staying in line, because I also have the leadership focus for tactics. So,
I'll take that, man. You guys are about to max out you. Without.
okay, that's another success. So,
Okay, sure. That's 4, 5. So 4 momentum in the pot. V, if you can type that in for me, do the honors in the fancy grads chat. Awesome. And then you guys are ghosts. I can just only imagine you guys bounding absolutely timed perfectly to 1 block, then some cinder blocks, then round some pipes, and finally behind what can only be described as a Miley Cyrus.
Prit, we are in Rome. We are being discreet. We are under the Vatican. Do. Would you like to swing a star?
As you make your way down the street,
some Hudson Hawk shit.
with George humming away, as you make your way up the street, it's Elsie that cranes her neck back and realizes that there is indeed above you on the street, well, not above you, but yeah, so on this, what is the digger just there, this large crane rising up a few stories above you and dangling down along that, as its arm is rested up there, dangling down along there, is a huge iron wrecking ball, which I genuinely asked someone at work to stat up for me this week because I didn't think a bulldozer was enough.
Oh, it's even
I got
bigger.
told and I wasn't allowed to say anything.
So George says, Mira, para di demolizione. Es un pala de demolizione.
So here we have a wrecking ball crane truck. So let me take you through a little bit of what this all means. Scale is basically kind of not 4 times, but like 4 degrees above the size of a normal people. Normal people are scale 0. So we have like a few monsters, and typically the kind of more kind of big godly type stuff that have larger scales. It's got 1 armor. It can take 14 stress. Provides you, once you're inside it, Elsie, with 1 challenge dice of cover. Except we were doing static cover, so that's I think a little bit of a from previous kind of iteration of stuff. So we'll give you 1 cover for the purposes of this, because that's how I'm streamlining it a bit at the moment. Speed 1 is pretty slow. Passengers, you can have someone sat beside you, just Tetley, just sat there.
Oh,
Just chilling out with you. If we need to test its brawn at all, then we will test using 10, and then we'll use your skill for its operation. It will give you 1 automatic success anyway, because of that's the little +1 in parentheses. And then impact, I have absolutely forgotten. I think that's to do with ramming stuff.
mm-hmm.
So if you drive it into somewhere, it's going to be 5 challenge dice of stress on the thing. You got cumbersome, exposed, and implacable 1 there. So implacable, I think we renamed to tough, but basically that means that it will take 1 more kind of injury than normal to take out, because it's quite chunky, quite a chunky vehicle. The wrecking ball, using it against a moving target is not as easy, but On a hit, it deals 8 challenge dice worth of stress. It has, just for fun, I guess, knockdown. So it will knock people down, which is normally a momentum spend anyway. Intense means that injuries, that if you splat people, they're hard to heal. Piercing ignores some 1 armor. Stun means that they lose their go, and vicious means that effects do one more stress. It's pretty nasty.
There'll be nothing left of them.
Yeah, but the inaccurate quality and unreliable. So inaccurate means you can't aim the thing. It doesn't work. Unreliable. Do we still have unreliable? My. Where's my little cheat sheet?
Come on, it's probably some German construction material which was sent out by Hitler. It's not reliable. Unreliable. It's very good.
Yeah. Maybe that. Where's the quality stuff? Where are we? Yeah. Okay, so complication range on these is increased by 1 because it's unreliable.
Oh.
So there we go. That's all your trappings. So it looks pretty not rusted. It just looks like it's been sat here for a few days. So there's no. God, will they have keys and an ignition? I guess they'd just like crank it up and try and make it work, right? Be more mechanical than that, I guess.
I mean, who would steal it?
I mean, if we're already in a if we're already in a trope, you might as well check the sun visor. I'm just saying.
Say that, who would steal that? But on my local town's Facebook page, there was, hey, has anyone seen my JCB? Someone stole it. So hey, it happens.
Nice.
When in Rome, they steal basic cycles, not wrecking balls.
But this is a truth in the scene. Who would steal a digger?
Yeah.
So like the crank for it, because there's no key or anything, the crank for it that you just start like getting the engine going for, it's just been strewn like a couple of meters away from it. Like it's a few feet away, just knocked down. There's a couple of cigarette butts lying like around, like it's got, typical stuff like that. So you're free to start trying cranking this baby up to make it go. It's been sat for a little bit. It's going to be difficulty 1, so this is going to be a vehicles test.
That's
cool. Do you want to apply some brute brawn, or do you want to like try and make this?
Should me and Ward go back towards the camp before?
Yeah, you two should like.
I think we should keep a lookout for like have a quick look around, make sure nobody's around, because you're probably gonna have to come like straight, like what, west to east towards the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You're effectively going to be heading south down that little street and then east a little bit.
But heading towards the camp though, will we be coming south like from that north road?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, that's still fine because you can just take the corner of that building out.
Yeah. That's where you guys headed up.
Or hell, just drop the ball on the barracks.
Yeah, I mean, you can just take out the barracks with this.
Just treat it like a flail.
Yeah.
Just a big ass flail.
It's a giant flail.
Yeah.
I'm so excited, Sam. This is the greatest gift anyone's ever given me.
So first things first, we're going to look around, make sure there's nobody around here, and that the path back towards the camp is clear.
It's absolutely clear, yeah. You're gonna feel that that's quite a grounded assessment as well, because the last 24 hours, practically no one has been around here apart from guard changes. Mrs. Blonde Nazi, Fraulein Nazi, coming in, chatting shit to other Nazi mates and then leaving. So you guys kind of have time to head back into that apartment block as you wish. And then what's the next step?
Oh man.
Oh, I would throw you a little crowbar that I had in my mechanics toolkit, just to be like, hey, you might need this to get into the fence. Oof.
All right, nice. All right. Basically, take a resource out of your mechanics toolkit, and you have just given Pruitt basically what is a floating 3d20
Hey!
as a bonus momentum. This in effect is a point of bonus momentum. That you're just holding on to. There's this little crowbar. Yeah. Tiny crowbar.
I will keep it secret. I will keep it safe. Okay. So, how should we split up? Because here's the thing: if we're going to be coming from the backside now, the guards around the front will probably try to come down the south side or South Street. So we should probably get ready to ambush them there when they come around and cover whoever is opening the fence. Plus, it will pull them away from the guard tower. Then we can go in through the front door.
I have a question.
But that's just my personal.
How sturdy is this fence?
It's corrugated iron, probably not even like kind of an eighth to a quarter of an inch thick.
It's
How much
sturdy against.
resistance would a car do this?
Car would probably at a good speed go like straight through one panel. Like if you wanted to just drive straight in.
Like pick up speed going west to east and then just veer into the fence.
Yeah, that might be faster, just to like knock down the fence and then get ready.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
Wait, which car? Not my car, right? Not the really nice one I stole.
It's
Elsie, you can always steal another nice car.
Sacrifices must be made for this beautiful car.
I mean,
Okay.
You have a wrecking. You have a wrecking ball.
You have a
You
wrecking
got
ball.
upgrade.
Come on.
I mean, if you wanted to, we could always drive the car up that alley to the front fence and make a load of noise there, and you can then slip in between those fence panels and just run while the commotion's going on.
Yeah.
Rather than taking the car out.
Yeah. Could I go for about the wrecking? Could you mount that gigantic tank gun onto this wrecking ball machine?
I mean, I probably no, actually, it's kind of a gun where you have to be laid down while you use it.
Okay.
So I'm not sure I could get like prone, unless I could get prone on top of the cab of this impressive wrecking machine.
I mean,
But
I've now
probably
got
not.
this incredible piece of art in my head where you're just like laid back, like backs pressed up against the seat as you kind of one foot on the
Yeah, because you're being held back by this like machine. Yeah.
ready for it.
I mean, I'm into it.
If that's not pulp.
I mean, that can be your other passenger. Is your gigantic tank gun?
Telly and the gun can take up one passenger seat. I'm
Fauna,
cool with that.
you are a genius.
we turn this thing into like a terrible tank. This is wrecking ball. It's now military grade now.
Great, amazing.
Military grade wrecking ball.
Okay, so where are you thinking of taking the car? You thinking of smashing it into the fence, going straight in, or thinking about going around the side of the gate guard? Shauna, what's your take?
As a driver, what do you think we should do? Do you feel?
V, that's you. What do you think?
I don't mind either way. I'm happy to take it clean through the fence. Or what I was actually thinking is you could come round and actually like stick up a ruckus around the front gate and use the car to block that alley. Because then they can't run around. They're going to have to get over the car. And then that gives you a little bit of cover from the street to pull the fence open and get in.
That sounds good. It'd be good to have it available, because I'm pretty sure after we crash it, it's not going to be usable anymore.
Yeah.
So you're having it viable. Sounds good.
Yeah. And Elsie, you have all the grenades, right?
I have a belt. Did we get multiple? I think we got 2 belts,
I
right?
think you got 2 belts.
Oh, we did get 2 belts. Who has the other belt?
Thought you had it.
Oh, I forgot to write that down.
Elsie
I
took
thought that we
one
had.
belt just now for sure.
No,
Yeah.
no, because I know we grabbed 2 belts. So yeah, okay. Well, then I have the other one. So perfect, because then I can take care of patches of guys that maybe try to take out Elsie once you start the wrecking. So this will be great.
Oh,
I love it.
Good.
If we have a spare grenade, we could use that to cause problems at the front gate. Drive up in the car, block the alley, throw the grenade by the front gate, fire off a few shots, wrecking ball goes, pry fence open and run.
It'll give the wrecking ball time to approach, which is it's not a stealthy vehicle.
No.
It is not.
So if
It's not built for that.
Someone wants to give Constance a grenade, I'm happy to throw that by the front gate when I get out of the car.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll Sophia
I'll give you one of those.
Get ready with her gun just to probably cover.
So does anybody else want a grenade? Because there's 3 on there, right?
Yeah, there are 3.
Okay.
So just
Alright.
Constance with 1 grenade?
Yeah, I think
more of a
Callum's trying to
distraction,
speak, but he's muted.
Callum, you were muted.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Okay. I'll give George a grenade. He knows how to use those.
I could spare a grenade. I don't need 3. To have 2 each,
Yeah, but
then.
you'll have a good vantage point from up there, though.
That is true. Okay. I mean, if you want to give you grenades, well, I'm not complaining about having
you go.
multiple
Well, that's
grenades.
fine.
I'll take
Because
one.
also, what's great is you'll be at the northwest corner, we'll be at the southeast corner, completely diagonally opposed, and so that'll be a nice little crossfire.
Nice.
So,
I'm into it.
all right. So yeah,
What happens first? The car in the corner there, or the wrecking ball coming in?
So, where am I? Am I in the car? Sorry, confused.
well, we can have. I'm thinking 2 people in the car, cause a commotion, come up, block the alley. The other 2 people are moving up towards the fence. As soon as the car starts off, you can move up there. I can be by the fence because I got the crowbar, and I have a decent brawn. And so I'll start working on the fence. And then as soon as that goes off, Elsie's already coming down the street with the wrecking ball. So do you, George? You want to be in the car, or do you want the Price sisters? Do y'all want the car?
Yeah. I think
I mean,
so.
I'll drive and chuck grenades and cause a fuss.
Okay. So
And then as soon as
okay.
you have got the fence open, because I'm thinking drive the car up, block the alley, throw a grenade, fire off some gunshots, and then get out of the car into the alley, and then follow where all of you are.
Yeah, because we were just going to have them go through the building to the south and start making, disseminate into the city that way.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah.
Cool. So that's Ward and George at the fence helping out.
Yeah, we're
Cool.
going to go down to the first floor and kind of sit there and wait till the car starts moving up.
Cool. All right. Virginia, what I'd like you to do for me is basically in the top of the scene, roll to create a truth. So difficulty 2 test to get the car exactly where you want it to be in terms of being a point of cover, but also not being kind of wrecked, like out of the, out of action. I'll let you succeed at cost. And the cost will be that basically the car is in a position where you basically wouldn't be able to, you've skidded it in and you then can't get it in or out. You'd have to do a 100-point turn to get it back out again, kind of thing. So that's the success cost. But this is difficulty 2, and you have a grenade that I will say, because it's kind of like a bit of equipment too, that can give you a free point of bonus momentum to spend now on buying one extra die.
Oh, what attributes and skills is it going to use?
This is going to be coordination and vehicles.
I'm definitely going to need some dice because that's a 9.
Spend away.
Sure, I'll use that one bonus momentum, Sam, and then I'll spend 2 points of our momentum to buy another dice. So that leaves 2 in the pool. Everyone good with that? Okay, so that's 4 dice. Fingers crossed.
Oh,
wow.
nice.
That is
3 successes.
3 successes.
Cool. So give yourself a point of momentum back, and you drive up along this alleyway, just picking up speed a little bit, enough just to slam it into a skid as you get to that southeastern corner of the compound. You're just peeking out from, you've just kind of cornered it a little bit just around the fence, and you can see the black shirt guards in front of you. So you ping that grenade, that Mills bomb, just throw it out the window, not particularly at them to like do any. I tell you what, if you want to spend a point of momentum, I will let you actually hit one.
Yeah? Are we going for it? Sure.
Yeah.
I will spend the point of momentum.
Cool.
to
All
do
right.
that.
So, oh man, this is where we've got to find a Mills bomb. All right, hang on a minute.
What I'm imagining is she kind of like pulls the pin or throws it and then lets off a couple of like offhand shots with her handgun just to cause more noise, and hopefully somebody comes running out of one of those huts and just walks straight into that thing going off.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I want you to roll for me 6 challenge dice, and there are 3 guards, 2 at the actual kind of gatepost bit, and there's another one that's kind of stood at the front of the bar gate that they pull up and down. And this has area and stun. So for each effect you get, it because of the area effect. I mean, but you'll get another guy. So if you get 2 effects, you'll be affecting everybody.
Awesome.
A lot of splash damage here.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 points of stress and 1 effect.
1 effect. So you throw the grenade. You actually throw it quite well, and you manage to lob it just at the bottom, towards the feet of the guy who's on the bar gate. And the grenade and the shrapnel explodes up towards him, and he falls back with shards and splinters everywhere. So he is defeated, out for it. That's 1 Nazi down. Then a guy who is at the gate, actual like box post thing. There's a guy inside a little bit, and just as he sees that, he manages to duck back inside, but it's too late for his mate in the front, who gets a lot of shrapnel to the chest and the face and just goes down next to his friend. So that guy is now, the one that's left alive is now ducked down on his wooden gatepost behind cover, yelling in Italian at the Nazi guards. You hear Boots and Ward and George. You hear Boots, the kind of like running trudge of Boots along the compound. You've picked a point, I imagine, where we don't have any prisoners in the actual compound area in the middle anymore. So it's just the guards who are at the catacomb sheds and the ones on patrol. They're all yelling, "Schnau, Schnau!" They're just shouting, trying to get each other's attention. And a couple of them look quite well trained. The guards, well, you guys actually aren't now at vantage points to see that, but you can hear the trudge of Boots around the perimeter more than anything. It's not many. It's like a couple of pairs. I imagine you guys are waiting. So Elsie, it's time to just be alive and be awesome.
One very important thing I forgot to mention before I even started this thing. I applied a fresh layer of lipstick, and I gave that big wrecking ball a big smooch, and then I was ready.
My God, awesome.
So it's got big red lips on it now.
Nice.
Let's go.
And a fixed layer of plaster on your face.
Worth it.
You rev this gigantic diesel engine behind you and start the tracks in motion or the big tires towards this corrugated iron fence. You're not quite at the point where you can see over the fence, as it were, but you're still quite high up. You've heard that grenade go off, and that's the cue to start moving forward. Ladies in the car, as she does so, as you actually get to the fence, Elsie, there is a little bit of rifle fire snapping and hitting the glass of the car, as you guys are going to need to either move, duck down inside the car, get cover somehow that way. Okay, Elsie, what would you like to do with the wrecking ball?
Okay, I want to get into position. So where I can smash down that corner, and I want to set that ball swinging. I just want to use it as a big flail and just smash.
We're smashing it into the boarded up buildings.
Oh, that was the plan, yeah, to hopefully send them catapulting down into the camp.
Cool, all right. This is going to be a difficulty 3.
Okay.
Coordination and vehicles test.
Okay.
Is there heavy goods vehicles type stuff?
I have heavy vehicles, yes, as one of my. So I have to roll under a 16.
Well, this is sweet. So this is difficulty 3.
Fortune.
And yeah, if you this is to get it in just the right place so that it crumbles down, kind of onto that top bit of the compound.
So yeah, I'm gonna spend a fortune to set one of those to a 1. So that's 2 successes. Do we have any momentum?
Yes, you have 2.
We have 2. Okay, so are we averse to buying dice
I'll go
to make this
do it.
happen?
Buy all of the dice and all of the damage.
All right. Okay,
Just make
let's
this
use that to
as destructive as possible.
2 momentum to buy 2 dice, is it?
No, so 1 momentum buys you the first, and then 2 more momentum will buy you a.
Okay, so I'll buy 1 more dice then.
Cool. All right.
Okay.
So you've already effectively rolled 1. That's a 1, and now I've just rolled 2d20 for me, and we'll add that to the successes you've already got.
Thank God. Thank God.
Ooh.
Well, 19 is though.
It's complication. I know.
This thing is unreliable.
It is.
As
no.
you swing this gigantic mechanical flail into the boarded up apartment block opposite your little vantage point, it smashes into the side of the building. You've actually managed to wrap it quite nicely around the corner, so you get a nice smash in a good frontage of the building. And then the crane pulls forward, actually pulls you forward and tilts over frontways. And as it does, as the crane cranks under the pressure, the actual solid metal chain of this wrecking ball snaps. And you go flying back in the chair as the wrecking ball vehicle itself crunches back, and the engine dies. And this wrecking ball is sunk into the building. But you've got the successes that you need. And it starts crumbling down on top of the soil heap and smashes. Constance, Sophia, you can just see it start to smash what you think is the back half of the barracks.
Nice.
It comes down on top of it. There is pandemonium inside as more German voices shout in anger and complete surprise. You hear more boots rushing around at this point. Ward, Georges, is it your time now, or do we need a little bit more fiasco first?
Oh no, I think this is the time. This is the time. This is the place. This is what we trained for. Okay, all those hours we put in, it all comes to this. And so Ward comes bounding out, and I'm gonna slam that crowbar into the nearest like fold closest to the prisoner barrack.
All right, you're trying to do this quick and you're trying to do this fast. This is going to be difficulty 2 to basically create the truth, like the hole in the fence. So you've cracked this thing open and prized it wide open. So this is going to be brawn. I think you're absolutely right there. I'm
thinking probably athletics.
Yeah, I'll take that.
I mean, that's the only thing I can think of. This is just kind of a brute thing.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe I think you could say engineering if you wanted to. I think that would maybe apply as well. But your athletics is good, so let's go with that.
Yeah, I actually have points in athletics.
And you know what? Everything is bigger in Texas, so
it is. I was just about to bring that up. I am built like a brick shithouse. So
on that, right? So you are right. I am actually going to bring that down to difficulty 1.
Okay. And then I have a free. You said I have the free momentum from the crowbar.
The crowbar, you got that free d20. So you're rolling 3.
Okay, I'm rolling 3d20. I need 1. I'm just gonna do a roll.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
And that's gonna be 3 successes because I needed an 11 or lower. So there we have it.
Give yourself
kind of
2 more momentum.
Just kind of pop that open.
With momentum, mate, is there anything you want to do kind of to this little bit of the scene to actually improve your success? Like narratively, like do you want to like take the bit of the fence off, or do you want to like make it perfectly human-sized or anything like that?
Yeah, no. I want to go ahead and, if I can pop it open and just kind of peel it back so people can get in and out, and I can go ahead and get a quick assessment of what the courtyard area looks like. Because I'm hoping that this can be a spot kind of right between the prisoner barracks and the office, so we can kind of see into the courtyard a little bit.
In terms of your line of sight, you can see that the building has definitely come down, because we pointed out in the last session that between the prisoner barracks and the site office there's that nice blind spot, right? So that's where I assumed you guys were prizing this open. So in terms of your line of sight through this little gap between the 2 buildings there, you can see the soil heap, and that building's come down on top of most of that. But also that from where you are, you can see quite nicely that the back of the barracks has indeed been basically kind of demolished by proxy. Kind of all this building and material masonry and ancient kind of stonework has come down on the back of the barracks. You can see a group of 3 of the breastplated soldiers in your line of sight in the middle of the courtyard as they're looking around trying to get an understanding of what's going on.
Okay, as a minor action. So they're basically at our 12 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to yell to George, grenade, 20 yards, 12 o'clock.
All right. Nice.
And just kind of give him the basic direction. I assume he's a soldier, so I can just say that. And everybody learns how to throw grenades and distances and all that. And so,
well, I'm gonna use my truth. My war started early, for sure.
Yeah, I'll let you do that.
You got experience in this.
I'll let you have that.
And so what is it? Is it agility plus?
Yeah. Mills bomb. Agility, I'll give you plus fighting. Throwing is the focus, I believe.
Okay, so I don't have any focus. So that would be a 9, and I'm gonna use a fortune point right from the get-go. Not taking any chance with a grenade in my head.
Yeah. That ranged attack is difficulty 2, I believe. And at the range, you're looking one zone over, and the range itself is close, so that would make it up to difficulty 3. I'm going to let you have your war started early, bringing it down to 2 as well. Like you've done this before, man, and you've got some experience here. So throw that in. Give me. So you've got your 2 successes you need. You need to roll me that second d20. See if you get any momentum for me.
Okay, so I'm giving it a sort of meridional See, now I'm throwing the grenade, but like if it's a ball of pétanque, if you see what I mean.
Yeah, ball.
So the picture is gonna be like it's very sandy, and maybe they practice pétanque in the middle of the courtyard, and there's still I don't know what you call that in English, the cochonnet, which is a little wooden ball left in the courtyard at the feet of one of the soldiers. So we'll see if my grenade lands just next to it as.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh.
Well, so you
that's
didn't
one-
buy any dice, did you? So
So it was the first only. So it
So
was,
that
I should have.
fortune point, you wanted to buy or set a dice to a 1 with that, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So we need to
well,
roll one of those.
So should
mean,
I,
I'll take
roll this one?
I'll take 2 threat if you like.
I mean, I'm fine.
I mean-
Let me. Wait, how does that work? Yeah, there you go.
All right, so let's count the previous one. That doesn't give you another success, I don't think, but you got the 2 successes you need. Lands directly in the middle of the group of 3. This is where I actually get my stats out now. Session 7. Where are we? Okay. Can you roll for me, please? The Mills bomb is 6 challenge dice of stress with area and stun. It's only 66, and we'll see what we
Okay.
get.
Is it okay? I'm gonna roll 4
they
then
all-
2.
As they're all looking around, and then they take a look down underneath them. 4. That is 4 stress on 2 of them. So they basically get kind of hit. There's a big snap as the fragmentation grenade goes off, shatters shrapnel all around the courtyard. One of the guys is shielded by another, but 2 of them do by quite a bit of damage. And there's some way to quickly mark this. Cool. So the group there, and as they're kind of pushed back a bit, they are stunned. The one guy in that little fire team does then point at you guys though and starts shouting, "Over there! Enemies over there!" in German at you. Did you want to? So this I'm counting as just the start of combat. Did you guys want to retain the initiative? Or George, did you want to retain the initiative and hands play over to one of our fellow player characters?
So yeah, okay.
To the 2 momentum to do so.
How many momentum have we got? 2.
Currently have 2.
Yeah,
I vote
yeah. I will hand out. Sophia, where are you about right now?
I'm south of the fence. I'm where the car is. So I'm in the southern corner, I think.
Did
Yeah,
you go
southeastern
through-
corner. The car is
So
kind
I'm-
of pulled out a bit from it.
Yeah, I'm on the opposite side of the car that you two are with the fence.
Are you
Yes,
planning to?
that's just- yeah.
Are you? Do you want the initiative?
Sure, because I can.
Yeah.
Because
let's go.
there's guards on the outside on the eastern side, and there's some where George and Ward are, right?
So
Where the
from
fence
your
is.
line of sight, you can see one guard has taken cover in the guard post, and he's the only guy that wasn't hit by the grenade that Constance threw.
Okay.
You go.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and hit him, and just kind of like maybe spread out the amount of their attention between maybe 2 spots rather than one, as they're working to get the fence open.
Cool.
So I'll take a shot at him. Hopefully,
Okay.
also maybe make sure he doesn't communicate out.
Sure. Your pistol is at is a close range thing, I think.
Mhm.
And this is medium range.
Okay.
So
that
you will
ups.
be at difficulty 3 to make the shot. Pistols are a
Okay.
little unreliable at lower range, but by all means, take a shot. You do also have ammo to spend, I think, because we'll have replenished the ammo at the beginning of the adventure. You guys, in terms of each of your weapons, have 3 ammo that you can spend. Each one of these points of ammo, or spending the ammo, gives you salvo attack. So you can basically have more effects and do more stress and stuff. So you do have that as well. You've got fortune. We haven't got any momentum, but you can always award me threat as well if you fancy that.
Okay. I think what I'll do is I'll expend one of my ammunitions to have it be area. So what I want to do is try and like ping that guy and then ping one of the closest spotlights. With the other
okay.
ammo.
All right. I'm cool with this. Let's make it happen. I don't think pistols usually have the area, but I'm cool for you to do that. Yeah, they usually have vicious, but I'll let you. That sounds awesome. So you're like firing off a few shots, trying to get him, but also like ping one of the lights just above.
Yeah, and just trying to create as much like cover and like commotion on this side, so the people on the other side of the car have more time to do what they need to do.
Yeah, cool. All right.
Okay, and then so it's two, and that is, what is that? Coordination plus fighting.
Coordination and fighting. Handguns is your focus for this one. Did you want to buy any dice at all, or use any fortune to try and actually just get the guy?
It's important that we get him since he's hiding out. He might send something out, so I'll spend 1 fortune of one of my. So I have 1 left.
Okay. So one of your d20s has already rolled a 1, giving you 2 successes. I need you to roll that other d20 for me, or now you can also buy dice if you want to.
Okay. I'll save that for later. So I'll just roll this 1. Let's see.
Okay. So for 1 success here. Yes, nice. Does that give you the focus as well, or?
I do not have a focus, but it's underneath the 11 that I needed.
Oh, nice, great, cool. So yeah, that gives you the other success you need. You actually managed to fire through a little bit of the thin wooden cover that he's in. So I want you to roll your stress for the attack for me, for your concealed pistol. So
all right, it's 3 plus my coordination, so that's 5 total. 5d6.
Yeah, so your insight. Yeah. 5 challenge dice.
All right, insight, yeah.
Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, wow. So even through, because the 2s count for 2. So even the wooden cover that you managed to shoot a couple of shots through, and you see the guy, just as he was kind of propping up just to have a look there, slumps back down behind the wooden guard post there, and then just that final little shot, you just ping up and shoot the little searchlight that was above the guard post there. So that's now out as well. Okay. So now you have got to hand it back to one of the NPCs or groups of NPCs. Who do you want to go next? Basically, the guys you were aware of is the group in the middle, the 3 that got the grenade just now. Otherwise, you do know that there will be at least 2 guys in the inside the compound in the southeast corner, or 2 guys on the western side inside the compound. And there's basically, in terms of the mechanics, they will be the kind of 3 groups of NPCs that I'll have.
All right, you want to let the center ones, because they've been stunned, and hopefully some of the lights off them, so let's go to them.
Cool, okay. So the one remaining guy of the group does have an action. He is going to shoot towards George, who has thrown that grenade. He points, he shouts, attack, attack, to his friends, who still look quite dazed, quite taken aback by the grenade hit. And these guys are going to shoot their Sturmgewehr 44s. And these things look kind of weirdly augmented, like little glowy blue bits and kind of weird stuff like that. I am going to spend a threat as a kind of thing of ammo, so that these guys, as they shoot towards you guys, these wispy kind of Dayglow blue streaks hang around in the smoke of the shot as the smoke slowly ascends as these shots glow blue slightly. Medium range we're good, and this is coordination and rifles. So 13 crits on a 3, and I'm going to give him a dice for another threat. So I needed 2, and I got 2, just about. All right, so rolling 6 challenge dice. And this is going to be area, guys. So if I get an effect, I'll hit you as well, Pruitt. As he fires quite a...
So, just so you know, I took the defensive talent. So ranged attacks have their difficulty increased by 1 against me.
Oh, okay. I don't exactly know how that would work. I'm going to say that because he's targeting George, and the area is more about how he's like spraying and praying at this point. If I get the effect, it's just a chance hit that I've managed to get you.
Okay.
So that's 6 counts, but you guys only actually take 1 stress. If you have any armor to absorb that, then you got it. But you guys aren't quite behind that that fence yet, and I don't know equipment-wise if you guys have got that.
I do have my flak vest on, so I think that does give me...
Oh, nice. So you don't actually take any stress, and Callum, I believe, you take that 1 point. Wow, Nagdwolf sucks. Okay. I am not going to keep the initiative. I'm going to hand over to Elsie. What is Elsie going to do now that her wrecking ball has come in like a wrecking ball?
I came in like a wrecking ball, is the thing. What is my vantage point of the camp like from here?
As I said earlier, actually, you haven't quite got line of sight over the fence. You can see little bits of roofs, like the makeshift catacomb shed kind of roof. Otherwise, you can't actually see any human targets from here. Unfortunately, you will have to move up and somehow either gain a vantage point or try and get a line of sight kind of somehow through the fence, work your way around to the guys or the car. So it's up to you.
What if I climbed on top of the cabin of this thing? Does that get me higher up?
Yeah. Yeah, it does. This I'm going to treat like I'm not going to call it a dash action. What's it called? It's like kind of like a run action where it's going to cost you your major action to move this way. One thing you can do though, with your any remaining fortune you have, so I believe we still kept this in. Yeah, you can take an additional major action using your fortune. So if you wanted to climb up and shoot in this same turn, then it would cost you one of those. Otherwise, you can climb up, but this will be a test. This will be your major action.
Okay. Yeah, screw it. Let's spend a fortune to climb up and shoot. Let's do it.
All right,
I'm all about that action.
I need you to roll a difficulty 1. Agility and athletics test.
Oh boy.
Complication range is going to be 19 and 20.
Okay.
If you get a complication, I'm going to get you to fall.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm just gonna do it. Hold on to that last fortune just in case.
What's your
Screw it,
target
let's
number?
just. My target number's 8.
All right, cool. Let's try it.
What could go wrong? Let's go.
21. Boom!
I did it.
You're all right. You're all right. We're good.
I'm all right.
Okay, you climb up as quick as you can to get up to a vantage point. You don't ascend too far just to get enough of a look on the center of the compound, and you get eyes on the group of 3 that are in the middle of the compound there, and you also see 2 other of the breastplated Nazi Nachtwolf soldiers towards the site office. They're off their patrol route. They're just a little bit touch further in towards the middle of the compound, as they're looking around trying to gather what's going on. They're a little bit back to back at the moment. One's pointing his gun towards the prisoner barracks. The other is pointing towards the gate. Not pointing, but looking down, and is actually, you can see, shouting towards the now dead gate guard.
Okay. Okay, so the big gun is out. Got my position, and I'm gonna aim for one of the breastplated spooky boys. With the
ones in the corner, spooky, breastplated spooky boys. The ones in the corner or in the middle of the compound?
The ones in the corner, because they could be sneaky. They could maneuver around and screw these guys up. I'm gonna go for the one that's looking at the prisoner barracks too, if I can, from the corner.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. So you aim for that guy. Let's have a look at this little bit of equipment. Heavy weapons. This is the boy's anti-tank rifle. Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Long range. I'll give you long range. Yeah. You're at long range. So this is a difficulty 2 coordination and fighting test. Heavy weapon focus applies.
Don't have that.
What are you looking for? You were looking for a 1 and an 11. No, that's not bad. So
12 is not bad.
12, Chris and a 1. Not bad, not bad. All right, give it a go.
Let's go. Dice, please. Let me do this. This will be great. Hang on. I do have a fortune point left.
How much do you want this guy to buy it?
It'd be really good if he did, is the thing. Yeah, I'll use my fortune point to set one of those to a 1.
All right.
I won this guy dead.
You have got the guy. I'll just find out if you get some momentum for me. 1 point of momentum. Boom. We are now on 1 point. So we're now on 1 point of momentum. Yeah, you hit the guy. No complications or anything. So you are rolling for me 7 challenge dice of stress, and you can buy an extra one with that momentum if you would like to. If you want to give me 2 more threat 2, you can buy up to 3 if you want.
You've got enough threat.
All right. Spencer.
Now I'll keep this momentum in the bank for the guys. 7 is enough. I feel like 7 is good. So
doesn't have a leg anymore, is he?
So that's 5, and then that's 2.
Brilliant. What effects do we have, if any? Oh, intense and vicious. All right, so that's 6. And that other 6 is going to count for 2. So that's 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 stress. Yeah, he tanks it. It's not pretty. There's not much of the guy left, and you just hear the ping and the puncture of the armor as it dents through the breastplate as you've hit a center of mass shot. So yeah, he thrown back, and his mate spins round quickly and then is looking around. And George, you hear him shout. Well, so Sophia as well. You hear him shout, "Sniper!" As his mate falls down. Elsie, who goes next? For 1 momentum and 1 threat, you can retain the initiative and send it over to one of your fellow players, or you can hand it over to one of the enemy.
Do we want to keep it while we've got the chance while they're off kilter? Do you want it, Pruitt? You kind of look like you want it. I will
Yes,
spend that
do it.
momentum, give you a threat, and then give it to Captain W.C. Ward.
Awesome. So what are you, Pro Man? Muted. What?
So, what? What?
Nobody got through then.
Good thing I was muted. Wow. So, from the fence, I can see the one guy in the center who's not stunned.
Yeah.
And his other two compatriots are stunned. How far away am I from, like, say, the corner of the building, just inside the fence?
Oh man. 2-3 feet, if that.
Yeah. Okay. So, following everyone else's lead, because it's been so much fun up until now, Ward pops off his grenade. In one hand, pulls the pin with his thumb and throws it at the guys in the center as he moves in to gain cover on the building and get ready for everyone else to kind of come in to start letting these prisoners out.
Cool. Roll for me. Difficulty 2. Weirdly enough, it's difficulty 3 though, isn't it? Because it's close. Although you, sir, you have some kind of significance here, I'm sure. 1, 2, 3, jump. Paratrooper training.
Yeah.
I'll give you a little difficulty decrease, as George did. So difficulty 2 to get this grenade just at the right spot, and then we'll do some stress. Now.
Okay, so this is going to be what is this? Agility or brawn?
Coordination and fighting, I believe.
Oh, that's even better. Okay, so that's so I need to get below a 15.
Oof. I think you'll be all right.
Yeah, I think we'll be fine.
Be good.
Yeah, we're gonna be okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll, and oh god, let me use a fate point.
Have you still got fortune left?
Or excuse me, a fortune point. Sorry,
because you can re-roll.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and re-roll.
Give me 2 threat, and you can ignore that.
No, we're good. No, I'm gonna use a fortune point, and I'm gonna go ahead and re-roll that 20. Because no. So that's 2 successes.
All right.
Got what I needed. Kind of wish I would have spent it in the first place.
Magic. All right.
That's very true.
Roll me 6 challenge dice.
All right, here we go. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and an effect.
With an effect means that you deal area and stun. So you get another of the guys. I am going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The guy who was pretty aware and good to go gets stunned too. He's been knocked back. And one other of the guys, you just see some of the shrapnel just enter straight up through his head, and he just goes over, but not the other guy. The other guy's a bit too far back from the blast, as he's kind of got his arms up trying to cover himself. He doesn't actually get it. So that was you have thrown a grenade. Did you want to move anywhere as a minor action? Did you want to get into position towards prisoner barracks or the site office or anything like that?
Oh no! Yeah, I was going to move in on the corner of the prison barracks and get my Tommy gun ready to provide covering fire.
Cool. All good with that. Which of these enemies would you like to hand over to?
Let's hand it over to the guy in the courtyard that remains. Since the action kind of left off there, let's keep it more cinematic.
All right. Well, they are all stunned, so they don't get a turn. Ladies, Price sisters. Over to you, I guess.
Who's going first?
Why don't you go first? I went already.
Oh, yeah. And then
yeah.
my dudes.
So I have a question. I'm by the front gates, right?
Kind of. You're about. Yeah, you're about a good 10 feet away at least. And you're still in the driver's seat of this. So on the left-hand side of this.
Oh gosh, yeah. Okay.
Because the UK are weird. So you're in the left-hand driver's seat of this car still. What do you want to do?
So I have a question. What is the range between where I am and the courtyard?
Sorry,
like
I was
the kind
I was distracted by Pruitt's chat. Sorry.
What is the range between kind of where I am and getting into that courtyard?
It's it's kind of it's a zone to get up to the bar gate. So you to actually get into the courtyard proper would be your kind of like run your
It's a rush action.
You're like kind of a rush action, yeah.
Anywhere within long range.
Yep. And that middle of that courtyard would be long range. It's close around the car, it's medium at the guard posts, and then it's long range into the courtyard.
Right, okay. Does anybody mind me giving Sam some threat throughout this?
Not at all. Not at all.
Go for it.
Okay. I will do that. I will rush to try and get into the courtyard. Oh god, this is not going to go well. Agility and athletics.
Difficulty
That's a
1.
7 I'm rolling for. Whoop, whoop. So Sam, can I give you 3 points of threat and I'll roll 4 dice? Oh god, oh god, oh god.
Oh no.
No, not even once.
Okay.
I don't know what that means if you don't succeed that.
Yeah, let's have a little read. You sprint as fast as you can, make it if you want to move within long range. You can't take this action, you've already taken the move. Location trees may decrease the difficulty of this skill test, and this skill test always allows success at cost. So I am going to say that you make your way in. You do run, you do go under the bar gate, you do make your way into the courtyard. At that second, you're in a position where you have 0 cover. You are out in the open. So this just little situation truth right now is basically kind of flanked. You have a guy to your left. You have like 2 guys to your front. You have another 2 coming from the rear from your perspective of the compound, and you're out in the open. So them shooting you is going to be easier. You're a sitting target.
How close are the nearest people to me?
Nowhere near.
Nowhere near. Okay.
Not within your close range. It's all either medium or long.
Oh, okay. In which case, I can't take the move minor action afterwards, can I?
No.
No. Cool. If I pay for another major action
with fortune,
with fortune, can I use that to ready to let off a spell if anyone gets within close range of me?
Yes, you can.
I haven't taken a minor action, which is the prepare spell.
You will lose that ready at the end of the turn. If you and I've got 2 groups to go. I've got just by this. I think I still have. I got by the site office and by the other side.
That's okay. I'm going to take a risk because there's not much else I can do.
Okay. So the guy. Oh, hang on. Did he buy it? Oh, yeah. So there's one guy to your left down in that bottom corner. He not measuring this. He walks slowly within his same zone, just a little bit towards you. Raises his gun. Have you got any weapons actually on you? Like.
Nope.
No. Okay. Fuck it. He approaches you within close range, and he's shouting at you in German. The little bit that you get from having hung around with Sophia and George a little bit, having been in Austria for a little bit, you do get a kind of the idea of like stop. You know, it's that kind of it's that commanding voice getting you to freeze, basically. Do you want to let this off?
I do, because I'm hoping it might freak the hell out of some of the other guards here.
Right.
So she'll play along for a second. She'll kind of look terrified and raise her hand, and as she looks at him, she will let off Gaze in the Multiverse, and we'll see how badly this goes.
Okay.
So this is Academia and Will. It's been like 2 weeks, and my brain's trying to remember how to do things.
How to spell?
Yeah, how do I do spells? So
efficient.
14 with my occultism focus, and it's difficulty 3. So I am going to give you 3 threats, Sam, so I can roll 4 dice, because dice rolls have not been my friend tonight. Let's see what happens.
I got 19.
1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
What?
Yeah.
That's a 15.
Yeah, the 4 gives me 2. It's equal to or under my academia skill.
Specialists, huh? Right.
All of those focuses.
It is. Cool. All right. Let's do the stress of the actual attack, and then we'll work out the cost.
Cool. I'm also going to give you 2 threats so I can gain the vicious effect, because I'm awful. Cool. So this is this many challenge dice, I think. Yeah, it's that many challenge dice. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13. I'm hoping this is going to scare the crap out of the other dudes, and they might think twice and kind of freak out.
Well, yeah. I mean, you know, spend some momentum, and maybe that can be a thing. Can you read out Pruitt's lovely bit of poetry there in chat?
I haven't seen it. Stare into the void of eternity, gaze upon the vast expanse of nothingness. The inevitability of your oblivion caresses your consciousness.
I mean, it's good stuff.
Yes.
You say that, and he somehow you see a look of comprehension of what you're saying on his face, until he just comprehends far too much for his own good, and he just slumps, drops his gun, falls to the ground, and you haven't laid a finger on him.
Can I?
In the wider scene, the guys are stunned in the middle of the courtyard. These 2 guys on the long range to you on the other side are watching this and are kind of just in disbelief. We're going to hand back over to them, and they are just going to shoot you. Soz.
I need to do cost for that spell, Sam.
Oh, do it now.
Yeah. So I will pay 1 momentum or 1 threat, so I can reduce that cost by how much? Half it. So I roll 3 challenge dice, and this is all going to go horribly wrong. Oh, okay. So that's 1 point of stress. No.
No. Okay. So
no armor, no courage. 1 point of stress and a point of drain, because that's an effect as well.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So take that, and then take this. So these guys are working in a team of 2. So one of them's going to lead the shooting. One of them's basically going to assist with 1d20. These guys are so freaked out that, and I've got so much threat, I am going to spend 6 on this 1 attack. No offense. What's that down to 16?
Can I use a reaction to hit the dirt?
Hey, do it, because we haven't had this come up yet.
I just remembered it's a thing.
If you can explain to the people at home what hit the dirt is, then please.
Okay, so hit the dirt is a reaction that you get, so everyone gets one in combat, and sometimes you get them from other stuff. So like spellcasters get them for counterspelling. But when you're targeted by a ranged attack, you dive to the ground, bracing yourself. So you move anywhere within close range, and you drop prone, gaining 2 cover and morale resistance. So it's that kind of like you've just been shot at, you run and just get to the nearest thing and hope for the best.
Cool. You just dive to the ground, head down completely prone as these bullets fly at you.
I'm using that guy's body as like the just a bit of shield I can lay behind, so they've got a better chance of missing.
So total, I'm rolling 6 of these bad boys, and I am looking for not a 20. 13 crits on a 3. So 1, 2. Oh man, the fates have sided with you today because I did not hit you. Where were we? Yeah, medium range. So you're at long range at this point. Man, I feel deflated. So there is a complication here. What do you guys want to? V, what do you want to do with it?
So where are these guys in relation to the rest of my wonderful traveling companions? I can't see them, can I?
You can't see your other investigators, no. These guys are at the bottom left-hand corner of the catacombs shed, a few feet away from that.
Can I use that complication to kind of freak him out and hope that he kind of just runs? Like it scares him, and maybe he backs away into cover and is like lined up for a shot by one of the other guys, and that's just a happy coincidence.
I won't give you the coinky dink, but they do back away as they're firing at you and go around the back of the catacombs shed. Yeah. Back up to the top of the round, I'm going to hand it back to Ward because I want to see what happens next when it comes to the plan.
All right. So, from my vantage point, bottom of the prisoner barracks, is there still just the 2 guys in the middle of the courtyard?
Yes. Yeah, they're starting to come to now, in effect.
Okay. And correct me if I'm wrong, when we were doing a recon, this is like one of those like elevated buildings, right?
Yes.
Like a Stalag 17 kind of thing? Like
yeah, you've got crawl space underneath.
Perfect. Okay. Well, he's going to start providing covering fire and just kind of like yell over his shoulder, "Get in there, get him! Get the prisoners out!" You know. And I'm just going to do, I'm going to empty a salvo with my Tommy gun. And, because I'm going for that area effect, I want to stun him and just spraying, hosing lead. So that is coordination fighting. So that's a 15 for me. I'm going to go ahead and use Fate Point to turn one of my dice into a 1.
All right.
What's my difficulty I'm trying to hit? Or
this range, what's the Tommy gun's range?
I believe it's close.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. Okay. So they are medium to you. So this would be difficulty 3.
All right. Are you gonna roll properly? All right. So that's gonna be 3 successes.
Sweet. All right. So roll the challenge dice for that for me. Thompson machine gun is 4 challenge dice.
But I do have a bonus because of my insight.
Oh, yeah.
Of 1.
So that too. Sorry. Yeah. I'm looking at just the base stats, and then area. So I got this clarified actually. So area or stun, which would you like? I mean, area.
I'm going for area here. I want to maximize every bullet of this salvo as I put all of them.
Just mow these guys down. Yeah, absolutely.
2, 4,
That's incredible.
8 damage with 2 effects. All right, sweet.
You
So
mow
yeah,
these guys down. Absolutely mow these guys down. Yeah.
and then I yell out, "Keep the change, you filthy animal!"
Please clip that. Oh, jeez.
I've been waiting 3 weeks to say that.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
All right.
Damn.
All right. With those fascist assholes down on the dirt, you've basically got an open courtyard to run around, do what you like. Who kind of pseudo out of combat, basically, without out of the kind of like turn order stuff. What do you guys want to do next? Let's go to the Price Sisters over by the car. So we've got Constance is in, kind of dived down on the deck. But Sophia, what are you up to at this point?
So what I want to do is I want to get to that generator. That's my... Since Constance seems to be like got some cover, I'm going to want to get over there and disable that generator.
Okay. You start to head over in that direction. As you turn the corner, you get this large diesel generator in front of you, and it is the sound, the vibrations are overwhelming just at this point. You see just peeking over the corner of it that there are these 2 Nagwolf guys who are, by the looks of it, bricking it, but they are kind of vigilant and they are looking out for you. They just spot you as you head over there, and he starts... you just hear the guy who spotted you say, there's one more, fall back. And he's pulling back behind the catacomb shed.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to do?
So I'll just yell out, there's 2 behind the shed still. And then I'll just shoot at the, get as close as I can to the generator and then just shoot at it to try and disable it.
Okay. I'm not going to get you to roll to hit it. I mean, it's a massive kind of thing. Are you just... so you're just trying to make it stop working?
Yes, I'm just trying to, like...
Okay.
What I'm hoping is that it'll disable some of the communications if there's any of them left.
Yeah. You unload an entire mag of your concealed pistol into various bits of this generator, and slowly but surely it starts whirring down, and then just this fire of the fuel tank on one corner starts ignites and starts going up in flame. As you back off, you quickly flip round back behind the catacomb shed, and Elsie, just as you see this flutter of a flame go up, you know exactly what's going to happen next. And this thing just goes boom, and there's a mushroom cloud above the catacomb shed as this diesel generator explodes. The 2 Nagwolf guards from the catacomb shed rush out south down towards the prisoner barracks, as I believe Ward and George, you're around there ready to try and help the prisoners in some way. What would you guys like to do? Callum, you're muted again.
So,
Here we go.
yeah, I'd like to shoot a salvo towards them. My Spanish Winchester knockoff, El Tigre. So,
All right, cool. Roll me an attack. This is medium range, and I think let's make it difficulty 2, and then you've got any cool area effecty type stuff as well?
so it's medium range, salvo vicious, and it's reliable. I don't know what that implies.
Oh, nice. I think that's reroll complications. Let's check. Ignore the first complication rolled. There you go.
Okay, I'm gonna spend a fortune. So my
All right.
so
You're going to hit one of them for sure. I think you've only got the vicious as the salvo. So if you spend one of the ammo, you get that. Roll me 5 of the challenge dice to hit this one guy.
Shouldn't I roll my second D20 first?
Oh yes, please do.
Come on. So I ignore it.
You can ignore that complication. It is still a 20 though, unfortunately. So you do still hit the guy, just not any momentum.
So
Did you want to give me any threat to buy any more challenge dice for your stress?
no, I'm fine with 5.
You okay? Cool. All right, roll the 5. That is 1, 2, 3, 4 stress. Can't get off my notepad. Of these guys. Okay. 2, 3, 4. Yeah. You were spending that salvo, weren't you?
Yep.
So it's actually 2, 4, 6. All right. So one of the guys, you unload a whole, as you say, reloading and shooting kind of thing, and you take one of the guys down as kind of bullets seem to pang off the armor. Eventually they make dents, and he actually goes down in front of his mate there. His mate at that point, just because I want to round this up, actually just barges for the fence. And Elsie, you see the guy run for the kind of southwestern point of the map around the corner of the street. You do have a parting shot, as I think Pruitt is kind of telling you to do.
Let's do it. Let's see if I can hit him.
Get him.
All right. This is going to be, as you get the parting shot, I'm making this extreme range. This is going to be difficulty 3 to hit the guy.
Okay. Do we have any momentum?
No. Scroll up. There's one momentum up there. Is that still there?
Oh.
Can I spend
think
my
I
last fortune point to give? Can I spend my last fortune point to give Elsie a fortune point?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Then I'm going to do that.
Yes.
Thank you, Pruitt. Okay, well, I'll use that fortune point to set it to a 1.
Monk, what the hell?
And so I
you
need 3,
one more
right?
success. Yeah.
I need 1 more success, and I'm going for under a 12. Heart of the cards.
Let's go for it. Yes.
Tonight has been extraordinary, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody else. This is incredible. I'm not going to get you to freaking roll. The guy goes down. Like, there's this little parting shot. It's just this massive kickback from this rifle, and there's not much of the guy left on the pavement around you. With this area clear, what do you guys like to do? Generally speaking, we can do kind of a bit broad stroke stuff just now.
Ward will immediately get to the prisoners' barracks and throw the door open, and he's at this point he's pretty worked up. So like he doesn't realize like he's in Italy and he's yelling in English, but he's just gonna be like, "Come on, get out! We got to get out of here! Go! And he's just like yelling like he's in the plane and everybody's got to hop.
Yeah. The look that you get from everyone inside is like these malnourished victims of this prisoner, effectively like prisoner camp. Is people like ducked behind their like metal, craply framed beds. There's barely mattresses on here. There's just sheets and stuff on like the wire frames. There's people either right back down on the floor clutching. There's a few people towards the front who are a bit more up, a bit more kind of like we're ready to punch some Nazis if they come through the door to try and sort us out. As you're screaming, you actually look to your right, and there's a guy who had his fist raised and he's just lowering it down as he starts pushing these men and women through the door to help you get them out. These prisoners, as you do, start heading out into the courtyard, unless you want to direct them back through through that outing that you got.
Again, he's yelling in English, but he's yelling like through the wall, south.
I'm gonna help. I'm gonna yell just a few words because I don't fully speak Italian, but amici, partigiano.
Okay, yeah,
point,
you're getting them that way, so they are moving towards the fence at the bottom of the compound. The Price sisters, particularly Constance, what are you doing at this point?
Constance is probably going to make a really bad decision because I've got the Truth occult bookstore curator. She has a curiosity about the occults, and so she's probably going to start heading towards the catacomb shed.
Mm-hmm.
And she's heard stories of serpent creatures. So, if possible, I'd like to use my focus to start calling out to see if anything answers me. Because invocation I've got here, unusual and esoteric methods of communicating with paranormal entities not open to the average person. But I basically want to use my own truth against myself because her curiosity is getting the better of her.
All right.
She has to know.
It's like, can I roll for lizards?
Basically, yeah. But if I could use like something like reason, I think it's persuasion this focus comes under. But I'm calling out in as many tongues as my occult knowledge allows me to, with every reference I can think of to lizard and serpent-like creatures, because she just has to know.
Okay, you yell down this catacomb in as many languages as you know as you can, and you don't hear anything in the coming out of this dig site. It looks from where you're standing that you've got this catacomb shed and it's built over what is essentially kind of a shallow slope down, but it extends for yards and yards and yards.
Or is it lit by torches?
No. Well, it is now. You see on the wall that there's a string of those kind of pontoon lights. So they're just those bulbs that were attached to a wire that's pinned to the wall, the dirt and the sod kind of wall as it goes down. Those lights are all out now, so it is dark.
To go with what my character has, apparently she has an instincts focus, which I think means that she goes on kind of how she feels about a thing. She's gonna probably will call out to Sophia. She's not just gonna like disappear without telling anyone. Mm-hmm. Make it obvious where she is and just kind of put her hand on the wall and close her eyes and try to focus on that kind of weird sense of everything and nothingness and just hope nothing terrible happens as she just walks out of sheer curiosity.
All right. Elsie, what are you up to?
So after having provided Overwatch, and I can see that the courtyard is clear now, I'm just gonna make my way as quickly as I can to the camp. Does the rubble and stuff look super unsafe for me to just get there through the path I created, or?
No, you've caused your destruction and it's all come down. It's all good now. So you can kind of climb your way over some of the rubble and the fencing that's come down on that north side. As you do, you're greeted to the sight of Constance or Sophia watching Constance walk down its catacombs entrance. As you turn the corner around the shed, you can see, as I described, this shallow incline working its way down for yards and yards into the darkness.
Forgot to mention, I do have my rifle on my back because it did have handy little straps you could carry them, because skiers used to do them.
Sweet.
So I have a big ass rifle on my back, and I have my little pistol out, my grenades. I'm like, okay, what's next? Let's go.
Adrenaline's up, ready to go. Yeah, I mean, you can presumably turn to Sophia, and the guys are getting the prisoners out. Constance has walked down into these catacombs.
All right, this is gonna be our only chance to get down there. Might as well go there down there now.
All right, where are the blokes? Where are the boys? Do they know
yeah,
she's gone down there?
Well, no. Ward is completely like he would have his back turned right now because I assume there's a door on the north wall of the prisoner barracks.
Yeah.
So he's like at the door, like back to the catacombs. Like he's focused because he's taking one thing at a time. Let's get the prisoners out. We've already secured the courtyard. Then we go to the catacombs. Yeah. He's unbeknownst to him, someone has gone off plan. And things were going so well.
Elsie would shout, "Ward!" and she'd whistle, because, you know, all Yorkshire people can do the dog whistle. And I'd be like, "They're fine! Leave them! She's gone down!"
What?
Tetley runs down the catacombs.
Tetley, no,
Basically like you've let him off the leash kind of thing. Like he darts for the catacombs, barking after Constance. And Constance, you can hear you can hear Tetley's little bark calling out after you, reverberating around the walls of what is now this kind of clay kind of wall, like almost rock wall.
Yeah. All right, I think I'm going to if there's any of those rifles down there, I'm going to grab one of those and then just run toward the catacombs. Sure.
You pick up one of the Sturmgewehr 44s, and it has one ammo left. Its construction is strange and technological, though. It's got a weird pipe work where there kind of shouldn't be in terms of like gas repeater stuff. It's made of the kind of strange, shimmering, almost kind of slightly black, almost, you know, that kind of glittery kind of black metal almost, that kind of thing. Like it's got that kind of weirdness about it. In the light, it just pings a little bit of blue, like luminescence kind of pigment. And looking quickly at the clip you pull out, and it's got these bullets with this kind of blue metallic, weird crystalline tip. And loading it back in, you've got a few shots, enough to let off a salvo if you needed to.
Can I just take one? When I'm looking at the clip, can I just take one and put one in my bag?
Yeah, there are a couple of stream rounds, so you grab a clip from another one and pop it in your bag.
Yep. So take out lighter and then head down in the catacombs after Constance.
Upstairs, you still get Elsie and the boys.
Yeah, Ward, after being alerted, he hears George actually yelling in Italian, so he's gonna turn around, head to the catacombs, probably see Sophia like maybe pulling from the three guys that got taken out in the courtyard, and he'll run up and grab one of those guns just to have a look at it, and if anything, just he slings it over his shoulder.
Yeah, there's no ammo left in this one, but there is all that kind of weird mechanical stuff to it.
Yeah, this is at this point, this is just for later, for research.
Did you say that the spooky evil Nazi boys in the armor had like eyepieces?
Yeah.
I can't. Does any of them have a head left? I wouldn't center of mass, right, to shoot them.
Yes, some of them have heads left. Yeah.
I would look at that. Look at that helmet and be like, "Yo, what is this weird shit?"
Okay.
The helmet and the
now you're making me pull out other chapters. All right. So.
Well, you will put them in the game, Sam.
There's some funky stuff here. Secret weapons of the Secret War. That sounds like the right chapter. Eine Moment. Chat. Breastplate armor. Okay, cool. Yeah. So you're looking at okay. You've got a guy who has a head. You've got this helmet and there's this eyepiece. What do you want to like investigate a little bit?
I want to look through the eyepiece, so like
you can't. As you try and pull the helmet off, it does not come away from his face.
Oh, isn't it like it's attached?
Well, okay, you pull the helmet. The helmet comes off. The eyepiece is actually integrated into his socket and has some wires going into the back of the skull.
No, immediately drop the helmet. Like, nah, but like, Sophia, you might want to document this for whatever you send off to the big bosses, because that's not.
Oh my god.
That's not right.
Oh,
I didn't. That.
oh.
I mean, I've seen prostheses, right? You know, fake noses, and
Yeah.
but that's
something. That's something else.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Let's go.
Sam,
Yep.
Yeah.
I still got Italians fleeing right next to me.
You have a couple left. It's the last lot.
Okay, so if one of the couple looks stronger, I wave at him and say, Gida, we need a guide, pointing at the catacombs.
He looks at
and
you.
I try saying a few words like, help us.
He just gives you this look, this pained, distant look, and he just puts his hands up and he just runs, shaking his head.
Where's our contact at? Kind of yells that out across the courtyard. I mean, you said we've seen our agent that we were supposed to meet, right?
Yeah. As you shout that, she stops as she is filing people through the fence. She comes over and she speaks to you in Italian. She says grazie and then speaks a bit more.
Okay.
Prego.
So, what was her name again? Lucrezia and Pasquino. Lucrezia, Pasquino? Is that you?
Lucrezia, she says.
We are here to bring you out to London.
London?
Yeah, I was sent by Willem.
Oh, see.
Look, if you want a chance to make it out of Rome, you need to help us. And then we got a plane. You can come with us. But first we need to gather intelligence down there. We need your help, and then you can get ours. I'm here with British intelligence.
She looks at you a bit quizzical, but finally she nods. She says, "See."
Okay. I hand her. I will pick a weapon on the ground, hand it to her, and wave at her to come with us.
Okay.
Please come. My name is George.
Oh man. I've got to scroll up here. Sorry. She says that her name is
Partigiano.
Sibella.
Isabella, okay.
Sibella.
Sibella. Oh,
Yeah. No is on the beginning. Just Sibella.
nice.
Okay. Cool. She grabs one of the Luger pistols that one of the guards had on them, and she follows you, presumably down into the catacombs. You guys are all headed that way to meet up with Constance. Absolutely. Okay. Cool. You make your way down in the dark. Has anybody got any illumination with them?
I think I have a lighter.
Yeah.
Is there something we can pick?
Did we not have
Yeah.
torches?
It wasn't a particular pick. I'm willing to give you a torch. Probably in Elsie's mechanics kit. She's probably got a little torch, I reckon.
Do they not have torches here, like at the top of the catacombs, considering this is underground?
So on the wall were these pontoon lights that were pinned up with wire and like little nails and stuff, and they are out at the moment.
Because the generator is dead.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
shot the generator out.
Well, I'll hand the little torch to Captain Ward if he's taking point.
Well, if it isn't the consequence of your own actions, right? Yeah, let's do this. Yeah, you head on down with the torch. This casts an eerie shadow on the kind of rock face either side. As the rock face makes way into these kind of catacombs, like the more famous San Calixtus, Sebastian, or Domitilla catacombs. As you slowly head through, the air inside is warm, slightly damp, with an odd musty smell to it. Without the torch, and you test it a couple of times, the darkness is absolute. Further you head in, like even yard by yard, the thicker and heavier the air becomes. The tunnel also changes from a smooth, tool-hewn walls found close to the surface to become wider and more irregular in the depths of the catacombs. These are more like natural caves than the man-made structures above. As you descend into there, strange carvings, obviously ancient, begin to appear on the walls. Constance in particular, but anybody who has also looked over Ehrlichman's notes will begin to recognize some of the symbols that have been painted or carved into the wall. There are also cruder, fresher carvings in places. Odd petroglyphs resembling those found at like prehistoric sites around the world, yet somehow more disturbing. And then there are sudden shocking splashes of dark color where the rock has absorbed some recently spilled quantities of blood. And there are scraping noises echoing in the distance, scratches and quick little movements like rats in the walls, or little animals down here too. You followed here now to the very edge of where the pontoon lights actually reach. You have quite reasonably, you deduce, come to the end of the route for the dig site against a rock fall where the German excavations have stopped in their tracks. Working back around some of the other tunnels, you notice a strange crack in one of the side walls. It's a tight squeeze, but it's possible to get through into another set of tunnels that appear to run parallel to where you've just come from, where that rockfall is. On the other side, there is a strange, assonant whispering and scratching and little rasping noises that side. What do you guys
How
like to
many
do?
grenades do we have left?
I don't think we
Okay,
have any
who
left.
threw a grenade?
I didn't use my grenades.
You
I'm
have
good.
three
We got
grenades.
3.
Yeah. Okay.
You have 3 grenades.
This whispering, Sam, does it sound like voices? Or is it just like that you just can't make anything out?
You can't make anything out right now. As I described, it's very assonant in noise. So there's lots of S's, kind of sounds out in the darkness.
Does it
And they do
feel-
sound like whisperings. They weirdly sound like voices.
Do I get the feeling that something is here?
You get the feeling that there are 100 eyes on you right now. 100 eyes fixed on this torch, and you and Captain Ward and the group.
Okay. I'm gonna start humming a song, just to calm my nerves down, and I'm hopeful it will calm Sibella as well, keep us focused somehow. So,
Yeah, you can see her pistol in her hands is starting to shake.
Do these corridors, these tunnels, do they look ceremonial?
They don't here, no. These are very rough-hewn tunnels. They look more like the kind of natural, kind of chalk caves of ancient, almost prehistoric kind of civilizations that you get.
I'm going to turn to everyone very slowly. There is something, if not many things here.
So that's what that feeling is?
That would explain the blood. Hopefully not.
Now, we can either carry on and pretend they're not there, or I could try and call out to whatever's here and hope it doesn't kill us. Either way, it might try to kill us. So,
How many grenades you got left?
3.
I have these. This is our only chance down here. If we leave permanently.
Yeah, we're here
I
to
think we
to complete a mission.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Did you make anything of them carvings?
they look like the ones in Ehrlichman's notebook.
Constance, you can conclude from that quite easily that you believe these to be Atlantean.
Oh.
It's a
Well,
straight
do they-
same symbolism.
Do they point to anywhere else?
Do they carry on down this tunnel?
As you gaze through the gap in the wall, you can see the markings are on the other side too.
Okay. Oh, God.
If this is really Atlantean, we have to. We can't let them come down here.
But we have to. We don't know what else is here. There could be anything. If there's something here that they want, they're going to keep coming back for it.
Yes.
But maybe, I don't know, maybe these things are here to protect whatever's here. So perhaps if we can convince them that we're trying to protect it.
I think our only option is to continue forward. You know what's the myths. It's power, and we can't let them have that power. We have to go forward.
I would ask
Depending on
Sibella
what we do.
if she ever went further down than this.
She shakes her head.
Have you heard of others who went further down, or Grants, what they were they fighting about whatever is in there, or were they in cooperating with them? Any idea?
Sorry. No.
No, see.
Death.
Well, Constance, I mean, if you think you can talk to them,
I can only
think it might
try.
might be worth a shot. But what?
Does anybody
We need-
here have a knife?
I pull out the trench knife. Yep.
I'm gonna hold my hand out. But may I borrow it?
Yeah, just be careful. It was my dad's.
You'll get
Elsie
it back.
hands over an enormous 18-inch, big, fat, flat-bladed, with brass knuckle handle trench knife.
It will do. So like we still feel all of these eyes on us, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm gonna everyone holster your weapons.
I'll do it. I do it. Yeah.
I'm gonna raise my hand.
Yeah, Ward will put his weapon away, but not take his hand off of said weapon.
And she'll slice across her palm. Blood ritual seems to be a thing, and kind of, let it drip to the floor, and then try and use invocation to call out and contact them and make a case of, I offer you the sacrifice of my blood to show that we are not here to mean harm. We have destroyed the others who came before us. You have something here that you wish to protect, and we wish to protect it too. They will come again. Let us help you.
The assonant hissing echoing around the cavern starts to grow louder, and stepping out in front of you is the sight of a hideous creature, 7 foot tall, with a reptilian head and slithering, slippery tongues that taste the air and the iron in your blood. A scaled, sinuous body with stunted tails and clawed feet stand in front of you. You can only really kind of think these things are like the kind of walking bipedal Komodo dragons that step out from the shadows and hiss at you, tasting the air and the iron of your blood in the air. Each and every single one of them that surrounds you, the 7 in total that you've called out to, each have a single clawed hand, while the right hand is a patched up stump healed below the elbow. And the first one lunges for you.
Damn it.
Make this quick.
Goddamn.
This is melee.
Do I get to roll opposed to it?
Did we do that as default? I can't remember if that's default or not. Remember?
I can't. I've got core rules up somewhere. Making an attack. Yeah, it is. I mean, I'm gonna fail, but I'll roll anyway because why not?
Okay. So make me your
agility
melee
fighting.
Yeah.
It's not gonna go well. I have 1 success.
Cool. Agility fighting. Got 2 successes. That's 1 for you, I think. And he, this creature, reaches out and slashes at you with their good hand, this clawed, bestial, sharp hand, and does 4 stress to you.
Oh.
As you reel back, I'm going to hand over to Ward, as Ward had his hand on his gun ready to go.
Well, the second one of these things attacks Ward, I mean, there's no question. He pulls the gun out and immediately opens fire on the lizard Komodo person that attacked Constance.
Okay. Roll me a ranged attack. It is difficulty 2, even at this close range, because it's moving so quickly, and it's just clawed at Constance. You have to have a really quick reaction shot to that. So, difficulty 2. Coordination, fighting, handguns.
And I assume will not be allowed to use an aim action for this, correct?
I will. It's rules as written. Yeah. So you. It's basically, I think, in terms of the story, you would have got a shot off quickly, but actually you needed to just get your aim, and that is what allows it to slash at Constance. So as it does, it's stationary for a second, and you manage to just get your aim and then fire a shot off.
Okay, so because I'm taking the aim action, I get a free die.
Cool.
Because I have that, because I'm that cool. So I'm going to go ahead and pop a shot off at this thing. I need a 15, so that 3 is actually a crit, so that is 4 successes.
4 successes. So that, my friend, gives you 2 momentum. And you need to roll some stress dice for me.
I do. So that's 4, and because of my insight, I get a bonus, so it's 5 stress. I'm gonna save that momentum for the group. Now that we're in some shit, so that's gonna be 5 stress. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Nice.
Good God.
God,
So
wow.
7. So like basically, I assume I just like pull up and just like right over her shoulder, pop this thing right in the head.
Right in the head, and it falls straight to the ground as the others start to leap on you guys. Do you want to use that 2 momentum to retain the initiative? Hand over to one of your fellow players.
You are damn right that I do. And I'm going to hand it off to who had hands on guns. I'm thinking George or
Elsie would have.
Yeah, George. Man, give it over to George. I mean, he's been in this shit before. He's probably ready to go.
George, what is your action? You've got 6 other of these things around you, ready to leap on everybody. You can effectively target, reach, move to any of them if you like.
I think I'm gonna try. I think I'm gonna try to stand as close. What sort of form of a wall with Ward protecting Sibella and the others behind me, and I'm going full salvo with the knockoff Winchester Tigre. So big flashes in the dark, lighting us. So it's a salvo.
Mm-hmm. Spend that 1 ammo, yeah. Good stuff.
So I got 3 ammos like that, right? Is that correct?
Yeah, you spent 1 in the fight above, didn't you?
So I've got 2 left.
Yeah.
Okay. How much momentum we got?
None right now. You spent that for the... yeah, because you spent that to retain the initiative.
Okay. So I've got my been hit before, so I'm used to be on my guard and not being surprised. My war started early. I think the 2 truths could apply.
Sure.
And it's is it agility or no? Is it coordination plus fighting?
Yep, coordination and fighting.
Okay, so that will be 10, and I will spend my last fortune point.
Okay. Difficulty 2, and you spend that fortune point to give yourself the 2 successes you need. I'm going to roll that other d20 for me, see if we get any other successes.
So the 2 truth lowered it from 4 successes to 2, is that correct?
Yeah, pretty much. So let's have a look at this and break it down a bit. So this, oh, hang on, is it this Winchester thing?
It's a knockoff Winchester, yeah. So it's got range medium, salvo vicious, qualities reliable. It's not the Winchester shotgun which is described in the. It's like the old Winchester, with the thing, the cowboy thing.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Yeah, medium. So them being at close range would actually bump you up a difficulty. But I'm going to let the truths just take care of that for you. So difficulty 2. That's the.
Okay. And I use a fortune point, so I just roll 1d20.
Yes, please. Yeah.
7. It's an additional success.
Success. Oh, that's in the wrong chat.
So that's 3 successes. So
Yeah.
momentum.
Momentum before you tap, and roll that stress for me.
How many stress? 6.
Yes.
No, 5. From the weapon is 5.
Yeah. That is 2, 4, 6, 7, and it's got the area. Oh no, vicious.
Vicious.
Cool. All right. So that salvo would deal an additional 1 stress. Yeah, the one in front of you, the one targeting you, you take out with no problem. Who would you? Well, I guess it's who. Which serpent nearest to whom would you like to go next?
So the one is there one who's been hurt already?
You've
But
taken
who's
one
still
out.
Yeah, but there's no other who's been hurt but still standing. Okay.
No. So Pruitt took one out, and you took a second one out. So there are now 5 around you.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, number 3,
Okay, who is that
the
nearest?
one with the scar on his cheek.
Nice. All right, Scar. Who is Scarface closest to?
The one who's got a face who makes me think that his name is Nigel.
Sure. Which of these player characters is Nigel right next to?
He's next to Ward.
Okay, Ward's gonna get it. How much threat have I got now? 16. All right, so I'm rolling 3 dice here for this one. He's gonna go in for a bite. He'll chomp down on you.
We haven't even had our first date.
I know, right? That is 3 successes. I would like you to roll this opposed melee check for me. So you're looking for agility and fighting.
Okay, agility and fighting, that gives me a 13.
All right.
So just rolling 2 dice.
You can buy more if you want to. But yeah.
I'm good. Rolling against a 13. So I got 2.
Okay, so that is my win there. And with 3, I'll get a point of threat to spend immediately on another challenge dice. So I'm rolling 5, 6. Ooh, cheeky. 7 challenge dice. So they've got some cheeky brawn up in there too. This is vicious as well, guys. I hate to tell you. 2, 4, 5, 6 stress. Ignore 1 for your flak jacket. I have done you an injury, sir. You have 1 physical injury.
Okay.
I got this clarified this week that the physical injuries are going to make physical ability tests +1 difficulty. While your mental injuries make the complication range increase. So that was that thing. It's bitten down on your shoulder, come in, basically pounce as its back legs launch it into the air, and it comes down on you, crunching into your shoulder as you scream out into the cavern, and it reverberates around as other hisses and tasting of the air goes on around you. I am going to hand it back over to Constance, who is muted.
That doesn't happen often, but when it does, it's great. Sam, first of all, can I just quickly use the obtain information spend to try and very quickly recall if I know why they've only got 1 hand?
Yes, you can. Spend momentum or a threat.
I'll give you a threat.
All right. Just quickly check that total. How much did I spend? Oh, so back up to 16 really, because I spent 1, didn't I? It is a test.
It is a test.
That's what I'm going to tell you. Yep.
Ooh.
It is a test.
How close are all of these things to me?
Close.
Well, she's going to let off the only thing she knows how to do in the hopes it'll either knock them all out, or maybe it'll scare the crap out of them and they might stop attacking and just think that something more powerful is here.
Mhm.
So let's go for that. This is
Okay.
difficult. 3. So Sam, you can take 3 points of threat.
Alrighty.
Roll some extra dice. I'm looking for 14 or under. So yeah, that's 4 successes.
1 momentum then, yeah?
Yep.
So total of 2 now.
And then that does this many damage.
This many.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it has the stun effect.
Okay.
So that's 8 with 3 effects.
Is that everyone within close?
All enemies within close range.
Good job.
Because I get to cast the full spell and not the flawed version. Because
Okay.
I'm a real spellcaster.
Nice. There are a couple of them that scream kind of a weird, not quite roar, but scream into the air, into this musky cave air as you do so, clutching their heads. None of them fall, but they do retreat out into the darkness as you can hear them run, plod. One of them even shoulder barges into the gap in the rock face that heads further into that, and as it gets to the other side, it turns back, screams a hiss at you, and then runs back parallel to the rock fall to like where you things were. You guys are now alone in this bit of the labyrinth, and Ward's shoulder is bleeding.
Whichever one of those things is the one that swiped at me as it runs, I'm just going to be like, bad lizard.
That one is dead because Ward
I'll
shot
shout
it in the head.
whichever one is closest and just be like, bad lizard.
As that one is looking through the gap at you.
As it hisses. It's like,
Yeah, as it hisses. Bad lizard. No soul there.
no. That's it.
Joke,
I'm
no.
gonna make, it's going to be
Anyway.
a meme. I need to pay the cost as well.
You do.
I'll give you 2 threat to halve that because it hurts. Oh, damn it. That's 2 points of drain and 3 points of damage. I'm fine. I'm fine.
All right. So you take a couple of off your maximum stress track.
Oh god, this isn't good.
Can we somehow put this place down to the ground?
I think we should clean up Ward's shoulder first.
No, I'll be fine. We need to get what intel we can and get the hell out of here before reinforcements show up.
I mean, I really think we should look at your shoulder first.
Yeah, you're kind of bleeding all over the spot, Captain. Sophia, you got a med kit, right?
I ain't got time to bleed. Sorry. Been waiting years to say that.
I could
You
also
muted, Shauna.
I'll just say, yeah, let me just take a look at that. Let's at least put a dressing so you don't bleed out.
Just pour the disinfectant right in the wound.
Yeah.
You know, it's tough. They can take it.
Yeah. Yeah, just quickly Just
Does anybody have a
and then
flask?
Wrap it up.
somebody give Ward some brandy.
I take a drink and then pour some on my shoulder.
Okay. Give me, Shauna, give me a coordination and medicine difficulty 2 test.
Coordination.
Go to the British med kit and there's just 1 bottle of brandy.
Coordination
That's it,
and
mate.
medicine.
It's the big snow dog with the little thing on its collar. Tetley's got a little brandy.
He's got a little keg,
barrel.
keg of brandy.
Yeah.
All right.
It's like a 12
so that's
ounce
gonna
can
be
of brandy.
a 12. But I want to make sure Ward's okay. So mind spending that 1 momentum on that. All right. So that'll be 3.
Yes,
and
please.
12. Come on. Oh no. That's. Oh God. You know what? You know what? I'll use. Can I use one of my? I'll use my last fortune point to make sure he's okay.
I appreciate
Okay,
that.
well, you re-roll that.
I'm gonna roll that 20 because I don't want to know what the complication
You
for.
can re-roll the 16 too if you like.
The second, yeah, I'll roll both of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank God. Okay, that's much better. Okay. Oh. God.
Let me stop the bleeding.
I am
one
going to spend a couple of threat because we have talked about this for weeks. We want to see this happen. At the end of this, Ward is going to have a scar. It's going to have a physical scar.
It makes sense.
So it's a lasting thing to your shoulder, like an old war wound twinge type thing. That's what it will become, but it will just at the wrong moment just make things more difficult for you.
You're growing.
So right
scared.
now you're patched up enough, and you've got your adrenaline high enough to bear it out. As soon as we're out of here, it's gonna play havoc with you. All right.
Before we move on, can I quickly use the catch breath action to try and recover a little bit of my stress? Constance is like propped up against a wall, just like.
Yeah, sure. So, but to it, you guys, you're out of you're out of an action scene now, and you can work your way. So all the stress is removed. Any injuries we've dealt with, that's all fine. So everyone's back to 0 stress. And
Yeah, imagine that. I had
healed
such a hard time.
Yeah, you haven't healed your drain yet.
Yeah.
We've got that.
Yes.
What,
Constance
so
is
you,
looking a bit iffy. I'm just going to go up and just very lightly, I'm like, I'll just take that knife back while you're looking a bit.
She'll just hand it back and just.
Take the sharp object away from the lady that's having a mental breakdown.
I think
She's a bit
she has a
pale.
good stab yet.
Yeah. I think that's why me, Sophia, like had such a hard time with like Ward. It was just like her, hands are shaking, like just trying to.
Has anyone
patch
got
him
any
up.
sugar? Just sugar packet, chocolate, anything. I left my handbag in the car.
Kendall mint cake.
my handbag in the car.
Oh no!
Well, that's the truth if ever I heard one. Left my handbag in the car. Come bringing that back. All right.
I'm gonna see Bella.
There's a Kendall mint cake bar in the first aid kit for you.
She's just gonna eat that as she goes along. Just
It's pure slab of sugar. Like they're nasty.
she'll offer some to Sophia.
Yeah, take a little bit. Yeah, she's all equally shaken, I think.
But she will just.
Thank you.
So with only one way in now, you guys got to squeeze through this crack in the rock face. For
I wanted
Ward,
to ask.
it's
Sorry. I
for
wanted to ask
Ward, it's a
something.
little more demanding than everyone else, as your shoulder just pain stabs into you as you're working your way through here. Callum, sorry, what was you going to say?
I wanted to ask to Sibella, using few words, has she seen explosives of any kind, dynamite, anything? I mean, when they are digs, sometimes they got stuff like that. No.
Shrugs.
Okay.
Were we not looking for like an artifact thing here, though?
Yes.
I'll give you a fortune point for that. Well done. Well done for remembering.
I remember the plot.
There you go.
Before we lost it.
I promise I haven't read this adventure.
Full of them, yeah. Right, cool. Okay. So yeah, you work your way through this, squeeze your way through. As you work your way through, there's a little bit more of a labyrinth, and the walls are starting to look a little bit more put together in terms of there are starting to be kind of slabs of stone that have been carved out into more smooth surfaces, squares and stuff. It's not as put together as a proper temple, or there was certainly not a building down here, but it's looking like a bit more kind of organized, you know. Strange whisperings and scratchings still echo in the distance. You then begin to you actually enter a chamber that is larger than almost every other one you've encountered so far, and you appear to have hit a dead end. The wall in front of you is richly carved, however, in all manner of strange symbols, and then there is a small carving of what appears to be a strange, kind of slightly warped face. And George, as I'm trying to think the exact applicable truth here, but maybe well, I think kind of any really. Walloon, Poon Militant, you have just a little bit of Italian knowledge behind you, and this it's sorry, it's all right. We're leaving the EU, so I don't have to worry about any of this anymore. In front of you is this small representation of what is essentially the Bocca della Verita, or what is known in English as the Mouth of Truth. The actual statue in Italy, that this is a bit of a tourist trap for now, you know that there's a kind of a good luck thing here with people putting their hand into the mouth. This face, however, in the dead end of this like rock face, it doesn't have an opening or a hole where the mouth would be. But you do see that there is like essentially a no hole in the central Bocca carving, but the rock surface where the hole should be is pitted, and it looks like it's been scratched as if centuries worth of fingers have borne down onto it. What would you like to do?
I think.
Okay, I reach into it.
You push on a stone in the mouth that moves, and it causes a strange grating noise, and slowly but surely the central carved panel swings inwards, revealing a doorway through to a dimly lit cavern. Through this carved door, which appears to be illuminated by the reflective glow of phosphorescent fungi in both the veins of crystal running through the cavern walls and from a surface of what appears to be a little pool, or like a lake, in the chamber's heart. There is something very unsettling about the cavern's walls, besides the strange blotches of glimmering mold. Strange patterns and crude symbols cover them, but they have not been carved into or painted onto the rock. Closer inspection of the ones just nearby to you reveal that they're made up of thousands of bones and claws carefully strung together with sinew. In places, the fungi have grown over the bone structures, distorting their shape even further. And as if the bone decorations weren't unnerving enough, in the center of this cavern's lake is what appears to be a fountain. It also bears an uncanny resemblance to the fountain of Triton in the Piazza Barberini, but far, far older and much more sinister. 4 grotesquely, uncomfortably alien dolphins rise up from the water, and each pointing in a cardinal direction. Their splayed out tails support a massive, upright clamshell. And there, inside the vault, gently spinning a foot or two, also above the clamshells, sits this beautiful golden crystal shot. A golden crystal shot with blue veins. It's carved into the form of a rounded shield, surrounded by a gleaming red metal and glass mount in the shape of a female warrior, approximately 2 feet tall. And as you can see from the image as well, there is also this mouth of truth carved into this large clamshell. What would you like to do?
Sophia, do you know anything about this from the museum?
Yeah, can I make a check to see what kind of, if I can kind of gauge, if any, recognizable ancient civilization, this, the art maybe, art and architecture wise.
Roll for me difficulty 2.
Okay.
Academia and reason.
Academia and reason.
History focus will apply.
Okay, history focus. Can I invoke my a truth of this is what I've spent my life doing, is kind of gauging, connecting civilization to civilization as far as art. Can I use that?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's make that difficulty 1.
Okay. I think I should be able to. It's a 16, I think. Or it's a 15. 16. Mm-hmm. I think I can. Difficulty 1, I think that should be okay. Mm-hmm. Without spending anything. So here we go. Ooh, okay, that's a crit.
Nice, 2 successes.
Academia is 5.
Cool. So that's 1 momentum. This has such a strange mix of iconography. You look at the clamshell, and it's very Grecian or Roman in that sense. The mouth of truth engraved inside obviously is again that kind of Roman look. The woman warrior that's been carved out of this red metal and this kind of glass mount, that's holding this golden crystal, reminds you of the Greek depictions of Athena. She's not quite the same, and it's hard to put your finger on exactly why.
It looks Greek, but maybe an offshoot of Greek. Parallel development, possibly.
Yeah, or
If
something which was older than the Greeks. No?
Quite possibly. If the connection between Atlantis and the ancient Greeks is true, this is what we're looking for.
Okay.
Watch out.
So, the first time the trick worked, should I go put my hand again in that mouth?
Wait a sec. So do we have only one momentum from that thing, or do we have 2? Because I got a crit off that one.
You got 1 momentum, and I think that actually means that you've got 2 in the bank now.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I have talent, detailed analysis. I can ask 3 questions about a scene for 2 momentum if you want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. First of all, is there anything that looks dangerous?
So there is, as you approach the little this statue that's mounted on this clamshell thing, you notice, looking inside the mouth behind this statue, that so you can see the statue through this face, through the little holes of the nose, the eyes, and the mouth there itself. As you look and inspect the mouth itself, you can see this kind of ancient mechanism that almost seems to have a needle in it, pointed downwards, so that anything inside the mouth will kind of get the needle.
Oh, okay.
Is it a good needle?
Oh, oh no.
What's that, an admiral?
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna have to do it.
It's a trap.
It's. Anyone think of any other questions for this thing?
Do you ask how many questions so far?
3. I've only asked 1.
How do you activate the crystal part of the tiny statue?
Okay.
Want to ask that?
Mhm.
Okay, second point of momentum, and then you get your free 1 after that. To activate the actual statue at the crystal, you need to place your hand inside the mouth.
Okay, so I might have a last question. Is there a specific configuration to put your hand in the mouth so you don't get stung by those needles?
Yeah. That sounds like a good one.
No, there isn't.
Okay. Okay, I'll go ahead and do it. Fuck those fascists.
Oh.
I won't let them have this.
You barge forward, you put your hand straight in, and you feel that you tug a little, and there's a growing pressure on your wrist. It's now impossible to withdraw your hand, followed by a sharp stabbing pain in your palm. It's as if the needle shifted and moved round and is now stuck there just for a second. You're then allowed to withdraw your hand. You pull it free, and you can identify a small spot of blood. Just a little nick where the needle was in. Otherwise, you're...
Suck it out.
Can
I push my hand towards the others. Anyone, if it's poison, you need to take it out.
The needle isn't inside. There's just a small prick of blood on your hand. It's like an injection where the needle's been taken out. You've got this little prick of blood, and apart from that, you don't feel any different, and you're not in any pain.
Has anything happened to the statue?
There is a crunch, and with a whining, grating noise, the 2 halves of the clamshell begin to pull away from each other and continue out as they lie flat against the dolphin tails. And there inside is this artifact, sat beautifully in the middle of this clamshell, like a pearl. The statuette with the gold crystal shot through with blue veins inside.
I feel like Georges should probably be the one to
George.
grab it, because I get the awful feeling if anyone else tries, it's just going to go.
Yeah, he was the blood like the whatever sacrifice. He might have to be the one to grab it.
I grab it. Putain de merde. Let's get away from this shit place.
And as you do nonchalantly walk along, grab the statuette, you're thrown back and splashed down into the pool.
Not
a thump.
again.
Unconscious, as if shot with 200 volts down into the pool. As you all rush around, Georges is coughing and spluttering in the pool that's about 1 foot deep, as he could be drowning in the shallow water. As someone pulls him up just enough, he coughs and splutters. But he's okay. And that is where we will end tonight's session.
Oh boy.
That was easy, wasn't it? Oh, amazing. All right. Let's go around the hall and have a little bit of a chat. Let's go around the opposite way. How about you, Callum? How was that for you by the end?
It was cool. It was nice. Stealing the spotlight for a bit.
Nice. Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Cool. So, what have you been up to? Have you got anything coming up? And have you anything you want to tout for us? Where can we find you? That kind of thing.
I need to finish. I'm super late with my last episode. Tomorrow I'm gonna use this raspy voice to record the credits of it. So if anyone wants to leave a review, I don't have a new one this month for the release podcast. I will be reading it as part of the credits. So head to iTunes or Podchaser, leave a review, and I will be reading it. And beside that, the monthly Le Drinks and Dice, the new venue, new date. I think the last one's been a success. It was great to have you, Sam, and Virginia join us. And the next one will be taking place on first Wednesday of the month, April 3rd, at again Bad Moon Cafe here in Southwark, London. So please do join us. It's great to meet people from many clubs. If you're looking for players for a table, you'll find some there. If you're a player looking for a table, you'll find game masters there from many clubs or just independent, etc. And on that, I'm gonna go die and take medicine in my bed.
Mate. Good on you. Thank you for joining us, Shauna. So that was, you've done your academia bit. That was awesome. How was that? How was that for you though?
It was cool. It just terrifying ancient devices that just require blood sacrifice of some sort. Always good. The
Spoopy
totally not the
labyrinths.
most scary thing other than in this thing. Totally not more scary than the fight. At least we know you get shot.
Yeah, there is that.
Yeah.
Cool. Where can we find you? What you're up to?
Catch me all my tabletop stuff, art and stuff on Flying Cirrus, Twitter. As far as other games, on Saturdays on Parsec RPG, I am playing in Hell's Rebels, which is a 5e game of a Pathfinder path, where basically a bunch of nobles start a revolution in a evil devil-controlled city, and I just play disaster of a bard, so I enjoy that.
Bards are always disasters. I know what you're talking about.
They are terrible. Well, bards are terrible. They're fun though.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And then Susie, how was that? Rifles and wrecking balls.
Oh my god, I got to swing a wrecking ball. I got to evaporate 2 Nazis. Oh, just a great day overall. Thank you, Sam. And thank you for that donation to give me that very good rifle, which I have used. Thank you. So, I'm Susanna Grace, otherwise known as Susie. You can find me all over the internet at Susanna Grace. I am a variety streamer who plays all sorts of video games. I do art streams. I play tabletop RPGs. And in fact, this coming Monday, the weekly game of D&D 5e on my channel is back after a brief 2-week hiatus. My dwarf Barbarian, is on a quest from Cord himself. So I'm about to go get some strong lightning stuff going on. Other than that, I have a pinned tweet, and you can find out wherever I am and whatever I'm doing and wherever channel that may be on any given day. So make sure to check that out.
You can
Sweet.
read Matthew Mercer saying how awesome you are.
Don't. Still not over
Did I
it.
taste some salt there? Like, what was that? Guys, love and respect. Speaking of love and respect, Virginia, how are you? How was that for you?
That was awesome. This is everything I hoped it would be. I got to tell off a lizard thing with magic. I got to see Susie wreck a building, and that's everything I wanted from today's session. And then some, because she evaporated dudes, and we got to kill weird Nazis, and there's tech, and this is just everything I want in a game that involves weird magic stuff.
This is so Indiana Jones. It was awesome. All right.
Yeah.
Where can we find you on the internet? And are you up to anything that we should know about?
So you can find me on the internet at Tabletop Horde on Twitter. You can also find me at the Roleplay Haven on Tuesdays, running games there. So we're a game club that also gives money to charity. Other stuff you can find me on, I am on with Sam on Sundays, playtesting his spy game, which is really awesome. We just had an awesome car chase and things have gone terribly for me, as they always do. Other things that I'm on, there's probably some streams up and coming that I can appear in, but I don't think anything's been announced publicly yet. But if you head over to my Twitter, I will excitedly tweet about them as soon as someone tells me I'm allowed to. And other than that, I also work at Modifius with Sam. So right now I'm working on John Carter, which is a lot of fun. So yeah, that's just come out into retail as well. So go along and have a look at that. It's fun.
Into retail. Looking at you saying all the industry words. It's in shops and friendly local gaming stores. Okay, thank you very much. Pruitt, you got to shoot some Nazis.
Let me tell you something, Sam. At the top of the game, set a very distinct path for today, which was we're going to fuck up some Nazis. And let me tell you something. I think everybody here did their part, and we created this beautiful moment where I don't know that I've ever seen a plan actually work. Almost, I mean, I don't know that a single part of the plan didn't work, and I don't know that I've ever seen that happen in a game. I'm going to be honest.
The dice loved you tonight.
Oh, they were in our favor this evening, and that was quite special. So yes, I mean everything about it: melting Nazis' brains with magic, everything, wrecking balls, machine gun blasts, grenades left and right. I mean, what more do you want? I mean, this is some we're getting pulpy here. The straw is clogged with all of the pulp that we tried to extricate this evening.
Let's include that as a straw. You got your extra. You got your clip of keep the change.
Yeah,
you have got
totally.
Keep the change going in chat. It's
we do have that. So yes, this was great. I can't wait till next week. But until then, I am Pruitt, one half of WebDM. We have our videos on YouTube, DM tabletop related advice videos. Check us out every Wednesday there. We have Twitch games on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and also Sundays. And this Sunday, actually, I will be over on Tales from the Grim, Grimjack21502's Twitch channel for a little Highlander, doing some Cypher System, Immortals beheading each other with swords. I finally get to play, so come see my Roman, Tiberius, and let's see what happens when we all try to be princes of the universe. But until next week, have fun out there.
Nice, man. Well, I have been your GM for this evening. I am Sam of Modifius and Black Cats Gaming. Not only have I been working on this beautiful game, I've been also working on my own modern 5e game called The Spy Game. It's everything you want from an action and espionage adventure, anything from kind of your Mission Impossible crazy time movies to your kind of super sleuth stuff. So check that out. We are beta testing that on Sundays, 4 p.m. GMT, which is at the moment 12 EDT, and then we'll be going back as we move with the clock. But then I'm also on here and basically everywhere else on the internet at RPG Webby. That's also my Twitch channel where you can check out that game testing on Sunday. If you have really enjoyed tonight's episode, you're enjoying the Achtung Cthulhu 2D20 game, please do get in touch. We'd love to know. I've just put a link in chat for our beta test. You can sign up there to test the game out publicly. We'll give you loads of packages. There is actually a new iteration of the rules coming out in the next week or so, and that will give you a whole load more stuff to test out for us. And if I can get myself up to date, gang, we will be playing by those rules too. So there's some little bits that we've done. There's also some, obviously based on the feedback you guys have been giving me, there's also a little bit of tweaking to be done from Nathan, our head of rules dev. So he's busy working his way on a backup laptop on that at the moment for me. So that is awesome. So thank you very much for joining us. Feel free to reach out onto us on Twitter to say how you've been enjoying the show, and if you want to get in touch about Achtung 2D22. So thanks very much, everybody, for joining me here, gang. Thank you very much for playing and stuff. We hope you have an amazing time for the rest of the week. We'll see you next week for some more tentacle kicking Nazi action. Goodbye for now, my friends. Stay safe.